Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday to you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are doing just as good as me on this debt-free Saturday. Financial freedom is amazing. Welcome. Let me get my notes up here so I can stay on track. All right. Give you guys time to come in. And Fresh Prince CEO, good morning, man. You popped up quick, man. You already up? Man, that's what I'm talking about. Man, best version. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys? Get my notes set up. Give a chance for everybody to jump in the room. Because you guys see the title. It's a good one. It's a good one. That title, you know what's so crazy? The title be, hey, Ill Wills, good morning. The title be shocking people. It don't shock me. Don't shock me at all. It's probably more than that because if you include the people that are not on the books, like those pay here, buy here, pay here places, those guys are not on the books. All right. All right. Let me get my notes set up. All right. Here we go. All right. So good morning, Miss Buckner. Good morning. Ill Wills. I already said hello. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Ill Wills. You already got it down, man. You know all that's new to me, man. Appreciate it. Miss Buckner, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. For those of you that are new to my room, my name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. No different than the movie. The debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt and believes in financing everything that depreciate. Depreciation means things that go down in value. Cars, clothes, phones, washer and dryers, shoes, furniture, dishes, you name it. Okay? All right? I help you see outside the debt matrix. 85% of the U.S. live there. There's 15% of us that do not, outside the debt matrix. I give you that view. How do I do this, you say? You might be asking that, right? I expose what I call glitches in the debt matrix. And glitches in the debt matrix are things that don't make mathematical sense, yet people continue to keep doing them. Math and money are one. The only thing that can separate them is feelings. Our feelings. Feelings are the only thing that can separate math and money. What do I mean by that? If I said to you, how do you feel about 1 + 1 = 2? How do you feel about that? Does it make you happy, sad, jump for joy? No, it's just 2. See what I'm saying? Never mix your feelings with your money, ever, ever. I don't care what the situation is. You will always lose. Thank you. Born, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, so before I get started, I'm answering, well, I'm doing what the people are asking of me, okay? There's certain people that want to come, they come to watch my videos and they see the title and they want to get straight to it and listen to whatever it is I'm talking about, and then they cut out, because I get it. All right, that's cool. So the first about 30 minutes or so, I'm going to get straight into the title of the video. And then when I'm done with the core of it, I'm going to say that's the end. And then I'm going to answer all questions, any questions regarding it, because there's going to be a lot of questions. And like I said, this is the place you come to where you don't feel embarrassed about not knowing something about money, thinking you messed up for years, whatever. Right here is the safe place, okay? This is the safe zone, all right? When you come here and you say, I don't know, you know what that tells me? I want to know. That's why I'm asking that's why I'm saying I don't know, because LJ, I want to know, all right? That's different, all right? I want to thank everybody for the donations. I want to thank all my new clients. I want to thank all of you guys for trusting me, because money is sensitive. Debt is sensitive. Everything's sensitive, right? I want to thank you for trusting me. I want to thank you for the emails just telling me your financial situation. What do I think? Even the quick emails. Hey, LJ, what do you think about this? If I can fire off a quick email back, it doesn't take but a second. I'm on my phone. I see it. I'll be like, there you go. There's the answer. And every answer I give to you will be justified with math, okay? So please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and check this out. This is what I want you guys to do for me, okay? When you share my videos to somebody that may or may not be ready for it, because they got to be ready for what I'm giving them. Let me know the response you get when you share my videos with them, good or bad, okay? Especially the bad ones. I mean, good ones, I like the good ones, but the bad ones, this is what I want you to do before you share my video with them, okay? Whatever video you're sharing with them, remember, everything's justified with math. So you know the math is right. And when you share with them and they come back and say, oh, Linnell's stupid, he don't know what he's talking about, I want you to think like this. If his math is right, why is he stupid? That's the catch I want you to think to yourself. Why is he stupid if his math is right? That doesn't make sense, okay? I want you to remember that in your mind, okay? All right. All right, so the title of the video, and the link is in the description, okay? 7 million people are at least 90 days behind on their car payments. 7 million. Now, I know that shocks a lot of people, but there's always two ways to look at this. I promise you. There's the debt perspective and the debt-free perspective. Now, the debt perspective, people are like, oh, yeah, I guess everybody's just like me. There's a donation link in there, Mill Woods, underneath the title of the article. Ill Wills, I think Ill Wills and Miss Buckner posted it. You can check it out. But there's the debt perspective when they look at that article and go like this, man, look, I guess that's everybody's like me. There's hard times, bloggity, blah, 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 right? And then there's the debt-free perspective. I'm going to tell you how and why that happens, okay? This is the debt-free, financially free, outside the debt matrix. I'm going to tell you and show you what is. You guys are going to be amazed, okay? Here we go. Most believe a car goes down in value before driving it off the lot. I'm here to tell you, it goes down in value before you even got the keys. The keys, baby. Well, before the keys. You ain't got the keys in your hand. Okay? Don't even have the keys in your hand. It's already going down in value. Now, these are going to be different points so you guys can see. Most go car shopping around tax refund time. They believe they're so happy. They believe in the government is giving them some money. You know, like, oh, the government's giving me a big check. Because you see it all the time on Facebook. Oh, what am I going to do with my refund check? I'm going to get me a car, right? They're happy for some unknown reason. All what they're really doing, remember, I'm giving you debt-free perspective. I'm speaking debt-free. A large tax refund, all that means is that you gave too much money to the government during the year and they're just giving it back to you. You gave them a free loan. They made all the interest and did whatever they did with your money and then say, here you go. That's like jumping for joy, being happy that you're getting your paycheck every Friday or every 2 weeks. That's the exact same thing. You just gave them too much during the year. That's it. Nothing more than that. So if you're that person that has been announcing on Facebook that you're happy about your income tax return, stop doing that. You don't know if there's people like me watching you. Okay? I will unfollow you in a minute. Oh, stop doing that. Don't do that ever. Don't ever do that. Don't announce it out loud. Stay away from people that are happy about that too. Or just don't say nothing. Okay? Now, when somebody steps on a car lot, most people prepare themselves to be there all day to buy one car all day. What if I told you they only do that to people who finance cars? They only do that to people who finance cars, people. Think about it this way, I'm always giving you both perspectives. If you had the cash, would you still wait there all day? What if you walked in the car lot with $30,000 cash and said, I want that car right there that I see out the window right there. And the salesman grabs your money and says, okay, cool. Have a seat. It's going to take us 8 hours to bring that car around front. Would you wait? See what I'm saying? You'd be in and out of there in 30 minutes. But yet the majority sit there all day for one car. They only do that to people who finance cars, people. Don't ever finance cars. That's the worst thing in the world. Admit to yourself, most people come to car lots. I'm looking at my notes. Most people come to car lots and finance a car. Why? Because they don't have the money to buy it cash. Just admit it to yourself. I don't have the money to buy it cash, so I'm going to finance this depreciating object with interest. Most trade-in cars, these are all the reason why people are 90 days behind, 7 million to be exact. And I'm telling you, it's more than that. Believe that. It's way more than 7 million. Don't be fooled by the article. It's more than that. Most people trade in cars when they go buy a new car, and most people are upside down in those cars. Okay. Upside down means is when you owe more on the car than what it's worth. For example, say like the car you're trading in is worth 10,000, but you owe 15,000. That's $5,000 over what the car is worth. So when you come in, you trade it in, that's called also upside down. It's called negative equity. So they roll that equity, they roll that extra $5,000 into your new loan and give you pennies. That doesn't even mean they're giving you 10. Like say like your car is worth 10. That doesn't mean they're giving you $10,000 for that car. They're going to roll that 5,000 into the new loan and probably give you 7,000 for the original price. Meaning they're going to roll 8,000 into the new loan, putting you upside down in the new car before you even have the keys. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Are you hearing me? I hope so. 7 million people, 90 days plus behind their car notes. That's a lot of people faking it out there. If they're paying car notes, they're faking. Don't be fooled by people fronting because the bank is letting them drive the bank's car. The bank is letting them drive their car for 72 months, okay? Nothing more than that. Now, you got to remember, you're financing something that's not even worth the price, the sticker price that you see on the car. You know why? Because if the car lot itself didn't sell the car for more than what it's worth, they would not make no profit, meaning they wouldn't be in business. So when you see the price on the car, it's not even worth that because the car lot must make money to stay in business. So it's already overvalued. Excuse me, I got a hole in my mouth. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right, let me get on. Now, after you crack your lips to the salesman on the car, like, oh, I'm just looking. Okay, that's just a standard answer. You don't know that, but they do. I'm just looking. They get you inside. This is where they make the deal for that depreciating object. Don't forget, there's hundreds of thousands of cars, just like the one you're looking at. But for some reason in your mind, the person that's financing believe that's the only one in the United States that looks like that one. Okay? You sit down. Most people have little to no money down to even put down on the car. Already upside down, trade in their old car. The car's already overvalued because the car lot needs to make some money to stay in business. They don't know that. Okay. Now they run your credit. Okay. Everyone has 3 credit scores. 3. Excuse me. Everyone has 3 credit scores. Everybody knows that. There's 3 of them. How do you know they're not picking the lowest score so they can charge you the higher interest rate? Know why you don't know? Because you don't care. You're so tunnel vision on that depreciating object you're looking at. You don't care. You're crossing your fingers, just hoping to get the car. They're just picking one. How do you know which one they're picking? You don't even know. You're just hoping to come back and hear approved. That's it. For this depreciating object, where there's hundreds of thousands of them just like it, but you're focused on that one. See how they get you? Somebody designed this system, people. I am not joking. I hope you're ready to cross over. Fresh Prince CEO, can you tell them? Tell them. Tell them. Isn't there something that people not seeing? It's clear as day. One second, I'm looking at my notes here. Now, say like this. Say like you came in. Thank you, Miss Buckner. Appreciate it. Say like before you went to the car lot, right? You checked your credit scores and TransUnion was the highest. Soak it up. I want you guys, these are things that people in the debt matrix don't even think about, okay? Say like TransUnion was the highest score. Can you walk onto the car lot and when they run your credit, you say, hey, when you run my credit, make sure you use my TransUnion credit score. Have you ever done that before? Have you even thought about doing that? Nope. Tunnel vision on that depreciating object. You don't care. You just hope to be approved so you can be physically attached to that depreciating object for the next 72 months. That's all you care about. Get out of the debt matrix. Get out of that. Now, most walk in, check this out. Most walk in with a set monthly amount, okay? They just hoping it's around the same amount as their current car payment, okay? That's all. When is the last time you walked in and walked out with the exact car payment that you set in mind? It's always more. That's part of the game. That's part of the game. They know that. If you're walking in financing a car, they know they have you, especially if you're already upside down in your current car, you are trapped. You just don't know that. So you're going to take what they give you. Oh, this is how the salesmen do. Oh, it's only $25 more. It's only $50 more. And next time you hear that, you say, hey, if it's only that, are you going to pay it for me? Man, then again, I don't even want you walking in financing a car. But if you've done that, or if you plan on financing a car anyway, say, screw what LJ's saying, I'm going to do it anyway. I want you to say that to the salesman. Go just like this. When he says, oh, it's only $25 more, say, are you going to pay that for me? Then why are you saying that? That's exactly what I want you to do. Now, when you're at the table negotiating with the salesman, right? He always gets up and goes back and behind this glass, behind this wall. Who's he going to see? Who is that? The Wizard of Oz with human monthly bill changing monthly payment powers? Who is that behind the wall? How do you know the salesman is just not going back? Maybe it's his turn on the chessboard. How do you know if he's even talking to anybody back there? You don't know. When that happens too, if you still say, screw you, Linnell, I'm still going to finance a car. This is what I want you to do. Okay. I want you to look at the salesman when he's going back and forth, going behind the wall, talking to the Wizard of Oz with the monthly bill paying powers or monthly changing powers, whatever. You say, why am I talking to you? Okay, I'm going to follow you so I can go talk to the person that's going to give me what I need. See what I'm saying? That doesn't even make any sense. It's like you sit there. They're just doing that to wear you out. Okay. 8 hours. Have you noticed they set up the little kiddie play pens when you walk in? You think that's cool. The kids can play because you're going to be there all day. They know even your kids are going to get tired of playing in that little player. They're going to be like, it's time to go. They're going to wear you out. They only do that to people who finance cars. Because financing a car is one of the worst things to ever do in your financial life. But you don't know that because you're in a debt matrix. Now, after signing that 72-month deal, they have you take a picture with your shiny new depreciating object. You're just smiling, shaking the hands. You have no idea why they're smiling in that picture. You have no idea. You just made their day, but you're smiling too. Most don't realize they just made a deal for 72 months. Now they're chained to that car, their job, and the bank for the next 72, 84. And I even seen William just post 96 months. William S. I got to look that up. I've never seen a car. Are you sure? 96 months to one car? You are chained to your job, the bank, and that car. This is what you don't understand. When you go to work and you show your, say like the business owner, the job, the boss, whatever, you drive in, hey boss, look at my new car. If I was the owner, you know what I would say to myself? That person's going to be here at least for a minimum of 72 months. You got to make that car note. He's going to take and do whatever I say, work as much overtime as I need so he can pay for that thing. Now, people that do that, they're probably paying for gap insurance, okay? They probably think gap insurance is normal. They only offer gap insurance to people who are upside down in their cars. You understand? When they roll all that negative equity into the new loan, you're paying for something that's not even worth the monthly payment that you're paying on, and it's constantly going up. Interest. Check it out. I want you to see what I'm about to do so you can understand what gap insurance. You're already upside down in the car before you got the keys, okay? As soon as you start driving it, this is when it keeps going down, because people always say that in the debt matrix. Oh man, the car goes down in value as soon as you drive it off the lot. That's not true. Before you got the keys. Now, when you drive it off the lot, it's going down even faster while it's going up at the same time for the bank in interest. Watch this. See that gap? The birth gap insurance. That's on top of your regular insurance. Gap insurance is only offered to people who don't know. Are you listening? Are you listening? If you're paying for gap insurance, you're in a debt matrix. Now, don't be embarrassed about it. This is the place to find out and wake up. Okay? When I tell you guys about this stuff, I'm not talking about you. I'm sharing. I'm giving you information. What I share here will change your life. Okay? Let's go move on. Now, when they drive the new car, say like the person finally got the keys, took the picture with their depreciating object with interest, and now they go around driving and showing all their family and friends, telling them the price of the car and what a deal they got. Okay? Why did they tell the price of the car when they didn't pay cash for it? I don't know. I don't know why people in the debt matrix do that. Oh man, this car got a deal. It was only $20,000, like they paid cash for it. They didn't. This is what they don't understand. Okay, listen to this closely. And don't tell nobody. Nobody gets a finance car on sale. Nobody. Did you hear what I said? Nobody gets a financed car on sale. Nobody. You flip to the back of that 72-month paperwork, that's your sale price. Now, I'm laughing because I can't tell you how many cars I financed in my life. I can't even tell you. Can't even tell you. When I think back, like when I tell you guys these stories, I imagine myself back at the table, signing all that paperwork, being in the car lot place for hours, looking at that car. They set it right in front of you. See, they set it right in front of you so you can see it. Oh man, this 5 hours is worth it, man. Look at that, baby. Ooh, I'm gonna be showing my friends. Oh, they're gonna be like, oh, Linnell was just doing it. Look at him. Look at that new Cadillac with leather and this and that. All that stuff is running through your mind. That's why they do that, people. That's why they do that. And after about a year, after the new car smell wears off, they start to realize, wait, let me see what I said. After the new car smell wears off, they still got those new car payments though. And then they start to realize they can't afford that car. Did you hear what I said? After the new car smell wears off, they still got those new car payments for 72.84, and what Williams S said, 96 months. You better believe I'm Googling that, William. If you walk in on a car lot and asking for a 96-month car loan, you are in serious financial trouble. Serious, big serious. You better not even crack your lips to say something like that. You do not need to be financing anything. This is when they start falling behind on car payments because of all this stuff. Most people don't know that. No money, waiting for their tax return, 96-month car loans, and then when they can't afford it, they start falling behind. And guess what? Now they're part of that 7 million people that are doing the exact same thing. When you hear, like, you look at the article, the average this and that, the average this, the average person is car payment is this, the average is made up of millions upon millions of people making the same financial decisions as one. Once you're out of the debt matrix, you're no longer part of the average. So if the average car payment is $550 and you don't have one, you now make $550 more per month than the millions of people that do. Do you understand? That's real. That's called phantom income. If you live with a person, look at it this way. I want you guys to understand something. Say like you had a roommate that had a $550 car payment and you had a paid off car. Every month they would be paying $550, and every month you would have an extra $550 in your savings. And they would be looking at you, how come you have money to do this and that? Because you don't have car payments. That's why. That's a lot of people fronting, a lot of people spending money that they do not have. They do not have. All right. See, I got it down 27 minutes. Now, if you come for just the core of the title of the video, this is the end of that part. You guys can cut out. You got the meat of it. You can just see you later. Now, this part is the question and answer. My people, my followers that come here, they love this part. I love giving them this part. Okay. And by the way, this can last about 2 or 3 hours. So if that's not you, you might as well just cut out now. You can stay, leave, whatever. All right. Here we go. The meat of it's over. Here we go. Now I'm answering any and all questions. Looking at the board here. All right. All right. I want to welcome Beauty Jock, Born, William S., of course. If I missed you, I got to scroll back up and see you. All right. Any questions that what I've talked about, what I've said? William S., I see more advertising telling folks to bring in their W-2 to the, hey man, William, I see that all the time. But tax time, look, tax time is coming up. I want you guys to pay attention. Tax time is coming up. Watch how many advertisements start coming out. We'll cash a check here, bring your, you can get advance on your, I mean, they be like shooting fish in a barrel and they don't even know. Beauty Jock, confession from a former debt thinking person. Had to have a Lexus RX 60 months for, 60 months, 5 years. Excellent credits, a 1.9 APR. Woo, got my piece of shine. Got my piece. Hey, Beauty Jock, I did it too. You know why? Listen, people, you know why they always do everything in months? Because 60 months doesn't sound like 5 years. That's why they do it in months. They know people are too lazy to add up that in years, so they just do it in months. Beauty Jock, now with debt-free mentality, pay that joint off ASAP, put $6K down on it. Why not just buy? Exactly. Why not just buy the car? Just buy the car. I've seen advertising Born. I will say this is the South Pacific Americans and the Indians from India never got screwed over. Man, never get screwed over. William S., I never bought a car from an auction lot. Can you explain the process if there's certain Now, William S., there are certain lots you got to be a dealer to go to certain lots, okay? So what I would say is that if you have a friend, I would ask them to pick up a car for you or something. You'll pay them for it or whatever, right? But you don't even have to do that. Listen, if 85% of Americans are in debt, all you got to do is look in the paper or how online or whatever, how they're doing. Always buy from a personal person. They're selling that car for a reason. And if 85% of Americans are in debt, you have a high probability that they're going to sell it for under Blue Book value. Now, for those of you that don't know what Blue Book value is, that means the value of a car, what it's worth. Like if it's a Lexus, a 2018 Lexus, a certain model with so many miles, it's worth this much. But when you're out of the debt matrix and you have cash, Blue Book values only apply to people who need to finance cars. I don't finance cars, so I'm going to go find out why this person is selling this car. And they will tell you, oh, I'm getting a divorce. I can't stand my girlfriend. She cheated on me. I'm selling it for pennies then. Whatever. Those are all feelings. You don't care what the reason is. So if they come up and they're selling a car for 15, you come with 10 and say, I got this much. And you show them, I got this much money. Do you want it? They're going to take it. I promise you, they're going to take that money. Why? They're in debt. Whether they know this or not is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. How they feel about debt. When you hear people call, hey, good debt, bad debt, I want you to understand. I want you to key in when people say like that. When people say things like that. Oh, this is good debt. This is bad debt. I want you to stop and think to yourself, why are they associating feelings with debt? Debt is just debt. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just debt. You know, if people are deep in debt, well, they feel bad about being deep in debt, so they're going to call it bad debt. See what I'm saying? Or somebody had the money and invested in an apartment complex and is making a lot of money. Hey, that's good for me. And then so they just call it good debt. It's just debt. Okay, you owe somebody something. Debt means you need to work or you need to produce something so you can get this person's money back to them. That's debt. It's just debt. Whatever. The bank don't care the bank doesn't care how you feel about debt. That's totally up to you. Any questions? I promise I always have an answer for you. Always. Everything I say is justified to be true with grade school math. Lance Brown, I thought you could not sell a car if you owned it. Lance Brown, I thought you could not sell a car if you owned it. Is that a typo? Because if you own the car, you can sell. If anything you own, you can sell anytime you wish. So I'm assuming you meant to say if you didn't own it, right? If the bank owned it, just didn't. Okay, yeah, I kind of figured you meant that, Lance. Yeah, you can sell it. I mean, if the bank owns the car, say you're not upside down in that car, right? Or it all counts on how much you have left on the car. So if the car is worth 10, but you owe the bank 15, when you go to sell, you got to come up with $5,000 before the bank is going to release that title to the person you're selling it to. So you got to come up with the money. Yeah, you can't just sell a car, or you can go to the bank and say, hey, you know what? I want to get out of this car. I want to sell it. I tell you what, if you allow this bank, you can go to the bank and say, give me a loan of, give me a loan of the difference, and I'll make payments for the difference. And then the bank will do that. They'll sign you up for the $5,000. They'll release the title, and you just making payments to the bank for the remaining $5,000. Okay. Ill Wills, I see you on the flip side, brother. I have to study for a few hours. Okay, man. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you, Ill Wills. That's a brother that has been supporting me since, man. He introduced me to O'Shea. For those of you that came over from O'Shea, Ill Will's hooked me up with him. Any other questions? Thank you. That was a great question, Lance. Appreciate it. These are, you know what's crazy? I've been in this game for so long that this is what I do. I want you guys to understand the words that are used when things are talked about money. I want you guys to pay attention. The definition of words are paramount. You must understand, because many people interchange words when they're talking about money, and it just throws everybody off. Mill Woods, using a credit card, can it be useful if you are using it as a debit weapon to pay off interest? Using a credit card, can it be useful if you are using it as a debit weapon to pay off interest? You can't borrow your way out of debt. So what you're saying, Mill Woods, you're borrowing money from a credit card to pay off debt. That's mathematically impossible. You can't, because if you add up all your debt, say like this, you add up all your debt, and say like you were using a credit, say like your debt was, I'm gonna keep it simple, 5,000, and you tried to pay off. What you're saying is you tried to pay off. What you're saying is, this is what you're saying. You're using the bank's money to pay off the bank's other debt to get out of debt. The bank is not going to let you use their money to let you believe that. If you want to believe you can, but you're not getting out of debt because you're using the bank's money to pay off one of their other credit cards. So you're not getting out of debt by using a credit card. Okay. D'Angela, what kind of car insurance should I have on a 12-year-old SUV? This was good question. I love that, because my truck is 25 years old. Okay. It doesn't look it, but it's 25 years old. I don't have full coverage. Okay. I don't have collision. Like if I hit somebody, I have insurance to cover their car, but no insurance to cover my car, because why? I can afford to fix or replace my car. So I don't need that insurance. I up my deductible to 1,000. Okay. Because when you're financially free, you always have money in the bank. So I max it out, $1,000 deductible, whatever, because I have the money. If I get in an accident, I can afford to fix it. Why pay? Your premiums are lower. And I have uninsured motorists. So just in case if a car hits me, he don't got any insurance, my insurance covers me and goes after them. Got it? Lowers your premiums, and make sure you pay your insurance every 6 months, because I don't know if your insurance company does this, but check it out. When I was getting out of debt, these are things I'm sharing with you as I discovered when I got out of debt. I found out, because I was making monthly payments to my car insurance, they were charging me a fee to pull my monthly premiums. To give them money, they was charging me a fee. I saw that. I was like, hey, how do I stop that? Hey, if you pay every 6 months, there's no fee. I said, pay every 6 months. Okay. That's what you do. That's what you do. Okay. That'll lower all your premiums. You don't need full coverage on a 12-year-old car. Okay. You just need enough to cover another person if you hit them. And D'Angela, do this. Trust your driving record. Don't be buying insurance out of fear. Trust your driving record. When's the last time you got in an accident? When's the last time you hit somebody? Years? Trust your driving record. Okay. That's it. Mr. Hudson, what do you think about credit repair companies? Woo! All right, look at it this way, Mr. Hudson. There's about 1 million of them out there, okay? Just throw a dart out there, you can hit one. You ever wonder why that is? Why is that? Why are there so many credit repair fixer people? Because they're not really doing anything. They're not getting you out of debt. They're doing what you're asking. I'm not knocking them, because it's a business. Now, remember, I never mix my feelings with business, okay? They're providing a service that you believe that you need. Okay. Now they're providing it, but they're not doing anything. Most people say, hey, I want my credit repaired. Why? So they can fix it, so you can raise your score. So for what reason? So you can get deeper in debt. That's all they're doing. They're not getting you out of debt. They're increasing your credit score just like you requested, but they're not doing anything. But I'll tell you this. I guarantee you, If I saw the credit reports, the personal credit reports of the majority of people that are credit repair fixer people, I bet you they're so deep in debt, guaranteed. Because you don't need it. You don't need it. The service I provide, it includes all that. Okay. But it gets you out of the debt matrix. I get you out of the debt matrix. You don't, God, it's so difficult to even, when I see those credit repair people, I want you guys to notice this. Why are there so many? I mean, the age ranges, it could be from a teenage kid to a person that's in their 60s or 70s doing credit repair. Why is that? Because they're providing the service that you're requesting. Okay, they are, but they're not really doing anything. You're still in debt. Okay. All right. I hope that answers your question, Mr. Hudson. Lance Brown, 12 to 18 months, no interest. I don't play that game, Lance. There's still rules that you must follow in those 12 to 18 months. If you break one of the rules, guess what happens? You're paying all the interest from day one. I don't play those rules. That game doesn't work. Sorry. BL and S Holding. Is it a good idea to add my 18-year-old brother to my credit card? No, sir. BS Holding. In the very beginning of this video, I said, never mix your feelings with your money. You feel like you should do that for your brother, okay? Oh man, I should do that for my brother. Really help him out. No, how you would help him? Figure out why he needs your help. Ask to see his personal credit report so you can see it with your own eyes. If you see his credit report, all three of them, you probably will change your mind if forever doing that. You better not do that. You better not do. That's going to ruin your relationship with your brother. Don't have him be mad at you for saying no, then having him, but instead of you being mad at him for ruining your credit, you better not do that. No, sir. Alternative financial medicine. If you have access to a credit line, HELOC, blah, 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 do you feel the need to really keep 6 months of savings, emergency fund? Okay, alternative financial medicine. This is what you got to think when you say things like that, okay? How come you don't have your own money, 6-month emergency fund? You've probably been working all your life. Stop and think. How come I don't have my own money as a 6-month emergency fund? Why do I need to depend on the bank's money? Because it's conditioning. The bank wants you to think that. They want you to think that that money is yours as an emergency fund. That's not your money. Always think, how come I don't have my own money as an emergency fund? Why is that? You figure that answer out, it will change your life. Your whole life will change. You'll be like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Yes, exactly. That's why. Don't ever do. If this is you, listen in this room. Pull out your credit cards, get the scissors, and chop them up. You see that feeling inside of you right now? You're like, oh God, there is no way I'm going to do that. You know why? Because you're conditioned to believe that those credit cards are there for emergency. That's why. You believe you need them. I have a credit card, but it's a tool. I don't need it. It's just a convenience, and I keep it for security and to raise my credit score, because every now and then credit is part of life. I probably need it somewhere. I don't know when, but where. Sometimes I will, whatever. Alcoholic Hair. I'm located in South Carolina. BL and S Holding. Many of my coworkers were 21 years old and paying $500 a month and $200 a month for insurance, like car insurance. Alternative financial. What's your take on leverage for real estate investing? Say 25% down for cash flow, positive rental. Okay, alternative financial medicine. I'm not really into. I don't really go out the scope of personal finances, but this is what I can tell you. Anybody asking me or doing that, the first thing I'm going to ask, let me see your personal credit report. Anybody says, hey man, take this money, leverage this apartment complex, it's going to have this cash flow. They're talking like all this stuff is guaranteed. Okay. When people talk like that, you got to ask, is all that money guaranteed? They're going to say no, because it's not true, right? The first thing I'm going to ask, let me see your personal credit report. Now, if that person's personal credit report got collections, have student loans older than their student loans on there that are older than their children, I'm not going to take financial advice from them because they have already broken the number one rule. They haven't invested in themselves first. They have a student loan that are older than their children, but they're going to talk to me about investing in something else when you haven't invested in themselves. I'm not taking the financial advice from that person. That doesn't make financial sense. CENTS. See how I just make it make sense? I want this to click with you guys. When you walk into a bank, do they care how you look? They don't care what kind of car you drive, how you dress. They want to see your personal credit report. Treat your personal finances like a business. This is all you got to do to ask yourself. If your personal finances were your business, would you still be in business? If the answer is no, that's where you need to start. Tiger eyes. My daughter bought a 2019 Honda 3 months ago, but now has buyer's remorse. What steps can she take to avoid the contract? Is it brand new, Tiger Eye? Did you say brand new? Oh, 2019. I'm assuming that's brand new. Okay. Whew. It's a few factors. How much did she put down? Did she trade in anything? How's her credit? Is she deep in debt? She's in trouble. I'm going to say something, Tiger Eyes, that's probably not going to make sense. I would let her get repo. She ain't getting out of that. Unless she pays to pay, she's going to have to come up with some money to get out of that, period. She's going to have to come up with some thousands. If not, I would let them repo it. Yeah, there's going to be some payments. Or when they sell it, you're going to still owe some money, but I guarantee you this, it's not going to be as much as what she's going to pay for over 2019. She's probably paying a minimum of 60 months, 72. How many months she paying on that? 60, 72, 84? Completely upside down. Exactly. Miss Buckner, I heard you can add someone to your credit card with a high payment to increase the other. Don't ever do that. But don't actually give them that second credit card. Yeah, that's called, what is that called? I forgot. It's called, so I know what you're talking about. Don't ever do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not putting a total stranger. Okay, let me tell you something, Miss Buckner. This is the only people that would do that. The majority of people in the debt matrix believe that somebody with a high credit score must have money. They associate money with a high credit score. That is nothing. This is how they make those connections. Let me tell you something. Go look at my credit score at Facebook, Debt Ain't My Daddy, Instagram, Debt Ain't My Daddy. I post my entire credit report. I'm not going to put a stranger on my credit score, my credit report. I'm never going to do that. The majority of people that do that are people with high credit scores, but deep in debt because they pay them to do that. They're deep in debt, but have a high credit score. They put a total stranger on their card to do whatever they're doing, whatever. Those are the only people that allow that. People that manage money well, people outside the debt matrix, there's no way in hell I'd put a total stranger on my credit card. No way. Don't ever do that. All right. Don't do that. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm at Myrtle Beach. I love it here. I just moved down here from Seattle. Had to get away from that rain. Oh man, the clouds, the gray skies. South Carolina, sunny. Look at today. It's sunny. I love opening the curtains to the sun every single day. Love it. Hey, alternative financial medicine. Thank you for the question. Alcoholic Care. If you don't mind, can you describe your service? I have a great credit. No CC, but 401k in debt. No car note, no hits for 3+ years. I would. Miss Buckner has been posting my email address, and all you got to do is send me an email, schedule your free 30-minute consultation because I really need to talk to you about it, okay? Because I have to see where you're at because I give you factual answers. I just can't just say, hey, do this. Because I don't know your financial situation. So free 30-minute consultation, you send a date, time, and your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation. So when we get on the phone, we can get straight into it. And then I can show you and tell you what you need to do. It's clear. But each person is individually different. I promise you. Okay. Let's see. 843 Myrtle Beach. Oh, 843 Myrtle. Yeah, that's true. Hey, I've just moved out of Seattle. I'm still stuck in the 206. So when I see that area code, I'll be like, 843. Oh yeah. It's because now with cell phones, you don't have to be in the same, you don't have your phone don't have to be the same area code of where you live. Those days are in history. Fresh Prince CEO, what's the best way to get out of an upside down car? There's a few ways. First, you're going to have to come up with the money. Or if it's upside down, you can go and ask the bank, say, hey, I want to sell this car. Can I make payments on the difference? So basically asking the bank to give you a loan for the difference. So when you sell the car, the person buys the car at the blue book value, and then you make payments on the rest back to the bank. That's the best way. Or you save up the money and pay the difference when you sell the car. That's the only way. That's pretty much the only way. Mill Woods on 843. I'm gonna be on the beach for Thanksgiving. I know, right? Millwood, ain't that crazy? On the beach in December and November. I love it here, man. I love it. Seattle, you won't be doing none of that. Yeah, South Carolina is lovely. I love it here. I love it here, man. My friends in Seattle be like, hey man, you'll be back. No, I won't. I've been there for the first almost 50 years of my life. I've been dreading to get out of there. Seattle's beautiful when it's sunny, but the majority is cloudy and rainy. I just that was wearing on me, man. That was wearing on me. I come down here. I drove here from Seattle to here, man. Get here every day is sunny. When it rains here, I know it's temporary. It's only a minute. It's maybe a day, sometimes even a few hours, and then the sun comes right back out. Oh, Georgetown. Okay. See, I'm getting hip to the area. I know where Georgetown is. You're welcome, Alcoholic Hair. Any other questions? I want you guys to understand that this is my passion. I'm going to be doing this till I'm dead. Some people call me the Black Dave Ramsey, but I learn from Dave Ramsey. I respect that man. Every day that I make these videos, because if you guys go down my video list, man, I've been at this for a minute. Nobody knew me, making zero money, zero. But it's my passion. I'm just coming up. Boom. I gotta keep doing it. I want people to become financially free, because this is what I want you guys to understand. If you guys cross over here, the 15% of us that are financially free, you will be free. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like, you will speak a whole different language. There's two languages when it comes to money: debt and debt free. If you've been in debt all your life, you only speak debt. You get on the other side, you'll speak debt free. You'll be free. They'll see how happy you are. You don't even think about money. You're not always talking about bills and all that stuff. And the people start to wonder why you're not doing it. And this system somebody designed the system. I keep telling you guys over and over, somebody designed the system. Okay. Some family, somebody did. And it's in the history. You can tell the people what I'm sharing with you guys. You can tell your friends, they still ain't gonna believe you. Share my videos. They're gonna call me crazy. What the hell is he talking about? What? Everybody has a car note. And then I want you, when you hear that, when they hear everybody, I want you to look at them and don't say nothing, because they won't be your friend anymore. Okay? Don't say nothing. Shh. Everybody has a car note. LJ doesn't. I'm not the only one. Okay? Everybody doesn't have car notes. Everybody doesn't finance cell phones. Okay? LA Divine, I have zero debt and substantial savings, but I don't know what to do next. Okay, LA Divine, does your job offer 401k? Does your job offer HSA, health savings accounts? Let me know. I'll wait till that quick and then come back to you, okay? This is important. I'm going to teach you about phantom income, because first I want you to understand how rare you are of a person to not be in debt with a stacked savings, okay? I want you to recognize that, okay? Because I deal with people right now just like you. that have naturally been financially free knew debt wasn't the way to go, but they don't know what to do with it. That's why I have a series of videos called Life After Debt. Check them out. Check them out, LA Divine. I'm speaking to people like you, okay, that are at zero. Understand that 0 and above is financial freedom. 0 and below, you're in debt. The red versus the black, okay? Check it out. Okay, answer that question for me though. If you have 401k and HSA, and I'll tell you a couple things. Any other questions? Guy somewhere that knows a guy that knows a guy. If you have gap insurance, ooh, gap insurance. Oh man, gap insurance is only for people that don't know. That's like free money. That's free money. That's money stacked on top of money. That's the frosting on the cake. First, you got the requirement insurance, which is the law in most states, right? And then there's the frosting on top of with the law. It's the frosting on top of the insurance law. Stuff you don't even need. That's frosting on the cake. Any other questions? I love these questions. You guys have some very good questions. Hey, and I want you guys to know, no question is a dumb question. You don't have to say, hey, I'm asking for a friend. Just say, I'm asking for myself. Okay. All right, listen. All right, listen to this. LA Divine. The match is just the frosting. Okay? That's just the frosting on the cake. The majority of people care about the 401k match. Don't worry about that. That's the frosting. When you hear the word, hey, do you max out your 401k? There's 2 ways people hear that. The max you want to hear is the $19,000 that the IRS matches. The maximum, excuse me, not match, maximum. The max. Some people say, when you say, hey, I maxed out my 401k, some people think you're talking about maxing out the 3% or the 6%. When I talk about maxing, I'm talking about the $19,000 that the IRS allows you to max per year. And I'll tell you why. Here, this is how it works. If you max out your $19,000 that the IRS allows every single year, you can do this. Only people that are financially free have the money to do this, and only people that are financially free can even see this. Only people that are financially free, it's mathematically possible for you to do this. People in debt cannot do this. They're in debt. That's why they can never see this, right? So you max out $19,000, okay? You get to put money away in your retirement, $19,000. You're getting a 6% match on top of that, and it's earning interest. And guess what? You get to take off that same $19,000 off of your taxable income. So the people that make the same amount of money as you, they stay high in their tax bracket. LA Divine, you need to look up your tax bracket if you don't know it. They stay high in their tax bracket. You get to drop yourself in your tax bracket. The gap between the can'ts and cans, that's money in your pocket. So this is what I want you to do so you can better understand it. When you do your taxes this year coming up, I want you to have your tax person run the numbers. Say, hey, run the numbers. How much in taxes will I be paying if I maxed out my 401k and my HSA versus not doing that? Show me the difference. I want you to see with your own eyes. And then you tell me. You're missing out on money that you cannot see by maxing out your 401k. That's called phantom income. The majority, 85% of people that are in debt, they can't do that. They can't see that because they're in debt. The tax evasion is illegal. Tax avoidance is 100% legal. Look it up. Have them run the numbers. Have them run the numbers so you can see. Any other questions? That was a great question, LA Divine. You're in a position to make that money. So do you also have a health savings account, HSA? My job allows 50% contributions, matches up to 60%. Should I put more? Oh yeah, you max out the $19,000. If you got it, max out the $19,000. That's guaranteed money every single year. Guaranteed. It's like double dipping. $19,000 away in your retirement. You get the match. It's earning interest. And you get to take that same $19,000 off of your taxable income. Have your tax person run the numbers. What I'm saying, I'm the person you see before you see your tax person. I'm the person that you get the questions from, and you walk in and say, hey, do this, do a side-by-side comparison. I want to see if LJ is just talking crap or does he know what he's talking about. When you see those numbers, you're going to be like, holy crap. I didn't see that. The majority of people can't see it. You can't, it's mathematically impossible if you're in debt. Now, if you're in debt, if you have $100,000 for student loan debt, but you're making money and you decide to max out your 401k, you're not getting that match. I mean, you're not, that money, that tax saving doesn't apply to you because you're giving it all to the student loan place. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you're putting money away in retirement. Yeah, you're getting a tax savings, but you're taking all that savings and you're giving it to the student loan people indirectly. Whether you see this or not is irrelevant. All you got to do is do the math and you can see it. The math will show you that what you're doing. Okay. You must be financially free. This is what I do for my clients. I show them the plan. I let them see what they cannot see. And then once you cross over, there's no going back. Let me tell you something. What I show you, it's a double-edged sword, okay? What I show you will ruin a relationship. Will ruin a marriage. Now, I know you're listening to me like, what are you talking about? Why would I want that? I'll tell you why. If one person in the relationship opens their eyes and sees what I'm showing them, and the other person in a relationship chooses not to, that's a big problem. That's going to be a big problem. A very big problem. The woman I'm with now, I always tell everybody this. I was financially free before I met her. The first thing I asked to see from her when it started to get serious, I need to see your personal credit report. Because if she was in debt and didn't care about being in debt and wasn't thinking about getting out of debt, it would have been a waste of time. Nobody is going to disrupt my financial freedom. Nobody. There's nothing like it. Life is not even expensive. Life is not expensive. It only seems that way when you're in debt. Once you're on the other side, people, I'm telling you, once you're on the other side, you're free. Alcoholic hair. Do you recommend only buy cash cards? Yes. Only buy them cash. But alcoholic hair, remember, if the majority of Americans, 85% of Americans are in debt, you're not paying full price for any car. You're buying them from people in debt, people that are in desperate need of money. So Blue Book value of any car doesn't matter to you because you're never buying cars at Blue Book. You're buying from people in debt. You're buying from car auctions. You're buying from repossessed. Man, you should see how many cars are in a repossessed car lot. I went to a repossessed car lot with a dealership guy I know. He owns a car lot. You should see how many cars have been repoed. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Never lease, never finance. You see people in the debt matrix comparing buying versus leasing, right? This is where you'll speak the different language, okay? Oh man, buying is better, leasing is this and that. It doesn't matter. The bank owns them both. Who cares buying versus leasing? So what? Only people in the debt matrix fight over such things. It doesn't make any sense. CENTS. You see what I'm saying? BK from the Rocky, straight truth. Your other half in the relationship doesn't care about debt, but you do. You got a rocky relationship ahead, unfortunately. Yes, you do. I've been getting requests. It's been mainly men though, okay? Check it out. I've been getting requests of how this can be solved. And I've been coming up with some ideas. This is what I say for the fellas out there. It could be fellas or women, but the fellas have been the ones been coming to me in marriages, right? This is what I say. This is what I say to help you have your spouse, your woman see what it's like to be financially free so she can jump on board. So say like you're going to make a large purchase of something, okay? Say like with some furniture, okay? Before you go there, call ahead to the place and say like you guys looked at a particular type of furniture, say like it was 3,000, right? Call ahead, call the place and say, hey, if I pay cash for this furniture, how much is the price? How much of the price of how much would it be if I pay cash? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be less than the tag price on the furniture. Okay, do that ahead. Take your wife to the furniture store, pick out the furniture, say like it was 3,000, and in front of her, because you already called ahead just to make sure. You go to the person and say, hey, how much if I pay cash? Let her see that. So she can see that when you're financially free, you hardly ever pay full price for anything. Let her see that. So she can just, oh man, is that really? Yeah. Only people that need credit cards and financing pay full price, not people with cash. Okay. Did you see mainly? Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of newer cars, new Tesla 3s, Teslas, Corvettes, everything. See, the people that finance cars, they don't see that. Okay, people in the debt matrix, they're not allowed on the repo lots. They don't really go to the repo lots because their car is probably there. You know what I'm saying? They're too embarrassed about their car being repo. Do you think they're going to go to a repo lot? Nuh-uh. They're worried about getting another car, getting another finance car, whatever, right? It's everything under the sun. Fresh Prince CEO, can you borrow from your 401k and not pay it back? Oh, yeah, you can do that. You can, yeah, of course, it's your money. You can do whatever you want. You can borrow the whole 50%. They allow you up to 50% to borrow it. Yep. But let me tell you something, Fresh Prince CEO. Only people in financial trouble borrow from their 401k. If this is you, you are borrowing from your future to pay for your present. Did you hear what I said? Since you don't have money in your present, you're borrowing from your future. Figure out why you're borrowing why are you borrowing money from your future to pay for your present? Figure that out. Because if you know, I know it sounds good. You know, here's the bait on the hook. Hey, pay yourself back with interest. It's cheaper to borrow from yourself than the banks. The interest rates are lower, blah, blah, blah. That's all bait. That's all bait just to get you to believe that you're borrowing it for free. No, you're not. And I just did a video on this. Go check out the video, but I'm gonna just give you a little piece of it so you guys can understand. When you borrow from your 401k, these are the not even hidden fees. It's obvious if you get outside the debt matrix, you can see it. If you borrow money from your 401k, most jobs no longer allow you to contribute to your 401k when you have an outstanding loan. So right there, you stop. Right there, you're stopping to contribute to your 401k for your future. Right there, boom, right there. When you contribute to your 401k, it's done with your gross income. They only allow you to pay back your 401k with your net income, your money that has already been taxed once. Now, when you pay back that loan, say like it was $5,000, you pay back the $5,000 with your net income, money that has already been taxed once. And then you skip all the way over to retirement age. And when you go to pull out that same $5,000, guess what happens? Guess what happens? You get taxed again. Twice. See, did you guys follow what I just did? You get taxed twice. That's a fee for borrowing your money early. Only people that are in trouble financially would ever take that risk. And then check it out. You can borrow up to 50% of your 401k. Now, if you get fired, laid off, something happens, you don't want to work there no more, guess what? That loan becomes due. And if you're borrowing from your 401k, you're not going to be able to pay that 401k back. And guess what? They take that money and add it to your yearly income that year. Pushes you up in the higher tax bracket. You're paying more taxes on that money. And guess what? You get a 10% penalty on top of that for pulling your money early from retirement. You better not do that. And I know this happens. So I want you guys that are new to my channel, I want you guys to pay close attention to the people that do this. People that brag about how much they have in their 401k and brag about how much they can borrow from their 401k. That's a no-no. You don't ever say things like that out loud, ever. That only impresses when you hear people do that. And if this is you, you're only impressing other people in the debt matrix. You're only impressing other people like you. Don't ever brag. That's nothing to brag about ever. That's nothing. All you're saying, if I was in that room and you were saying that, or you hear people say that, the only thing that's telling me you're deep in financial trouble and you have not a clue. But that's not my place to say that. I will never tell nobody like that. I will never tell anybody that. Any other questions? These are great questions. Great questions. But check out my 401k. I got a whole bunch of 401k videos. Do a search and just type in 401k. Okay. I answer all your questions in more detail. Any other questions? As you guys can see, I love what I do. I love it. I love it. I love this, man. Love it. Love it. Those of you that are donating, appreciate it. Thank you. Because let me tell you how I look at that, okay? Because I want you guys to, what I do is a feeling, all right? No matter the amount you donate, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I look at it this way. Total stranger that says, hey, I'm going to donate this to this brother. $5, $10, $20, $100, whatever, right? You just don't look at somebody and say, hey, man, he looks cool. Let me give him some money. No, I have to reach that person in some way to say, man, this guy's just making sense because something clicked. Because I've done it. I've looked at some videos. I'll be like, man, I'm donating to this person because they did something for me inside. Thank you. Total strangers, thank you. When total strangers reach out to me and tell me I've changed their financial life, thank you. Do you borrow from your 401k and not pay? Oh, no, that's Fresh Prince. Okay. Lady Divine, how do I set up a consultation? Ms. Buckner is posting it. You can email me. It's if you look up the timeline, that's my email. You email me, let me know. And you send me a date, time, phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation. And I'm in East Coast time zone, by the way, EST. So if you're PST, just be aware of that. I'm in the East Coast time zone. Email me, let me know a date and time. I put you on the schedule and we go from there. 2 Jobs, welcome, welcome. Thank you, Ms. Buckner. She is helping me out a ton. Ethiopified, I like that name. That's cool. That's unique. Okay. Thank you, brother. I'm learning a lot from your channel. It was very hard to even get a credit card when I first moved here 6 years ago. Now mailbox is crowded with offers of limit. Of course. Hey, Ethiopified, they want you to live the American dream. The American dream is on credit, but the majority doesn't understand. The majority of the US, they don't understand. In order to live the American dream, you must remain asleep. You must remain asleep. You know what I do, Ethiopified? I get that all. Well, stop now. This is what I do. I let them keep coming, because most of those credit card offers, they usually have a prepaid envelope to send back. They'll send a whole bunch and then I'll stuff it, make it real heavy, and then send it. It stops it. Because credit card companies, they're into making money, not spending money. So if they see all that stuff in the envelope sent back, they know I mean business and they know I stuff it. Make it real heavy and send it back because my name's in there. They know exactly who it's coming from. And then they stop. They know, oh crap, this guy knows. Okay, we'll stop. Exactly. Don't ever do that. Don't send me that crap. I'm awake, credit card. Now, don't get me wrong, Ethiopified, don't get me wrong. I respect credit card companies. I respect banks that got this online. When you start a business, you learn from them. Okay. I never mix my feelings with business ever. I don't say, oh man, credit card companies are mean. They're heartless. Those are all feelings. That means nothing. That means nothing. Don't ever mix your feelings in there. Learn from them. Okay. Oh, good, good. Any other questions? Any other questions? I love this. You're welcome. You're very welcome, Ethiopify. Ethiopify. I love that name. That's that is very unique. Okay. Any other questions? So you guys know I'm slowly moving from Debt Ain't My Daddy to savings minus debt. Because Debt Ain't My Daddy, people get offended by, oh, that ain't my daddy either. Who are you? Blah, blah, blah. But savings minus debt is undeniable. Undeniable. You can't argue with it. What does that mean? I'll tell you. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt, and then go savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Now, if you do that, now all you got to do is believe your own math. And if you don't believe that negative number, you got to ask yourself, how come I don't believe in my own math? That's what you got to say. How come I don't believe it? And I'll tell you why. You believe you own everything you financed. You have a mortgage, you believe you're a homeowner. You have a car payment, you believe that car outside is yours. You believe it. I get it. I get it. It's the American dream. When Demetrius, when you become debt free and get your money up, do you still purchase life insurance? I really don't go outside the personal aspect of it. I'm not really I don't know anything about investing. I don't know anything outside of that. This is what I can tell you this. When you go, I'm the person you see before going to see the professionals, okay? If I'm going to see an accountant, I ask to see their personal credit report. This is why. Accountants are professionals. They know how to balance books. That's what they went to school for, right? If I see their personal credit report and they haven't balanced their own personal finances, I'm not using them. Why would I? That doesn't make sense. CNTS. That doesn't make sense. Why would I use them? If I'm going to see a tax person, I want to see their personal credit report. Because if I look on their personal credit report and they owe the IRS money, why would I use a tax person that's in trouble with the IRS? That doesn't make sense. So when you look for life insurance, I would look for a person that's good with money, because they're going to have that answer for you. Okay. All right. And life insurance is like, it's more for like, the way I look at life insurance is like something to leave somebody. So if you're financially free and you love somebody and you want to leave somebody money, I would make sure to leave somebody money that knows about money, because it'll be a total waste of money to leave your money to somebody that doesn't know anything about money. Because guess what they're going to do? They're just going to waste it. Not that you're going to know, because you'll be dead. So, but it doesn't matter. But that's just the way I think. Okay, that's just me. That's my personal opinion. But if you want it, get it. But it is what it is. All right. 2 jobs. Susie Orman speaks about compound interest over time. Well, we're at almost negative interest rates. So we're not getting interest on our savings like in the past you're not earning any kind of serious interest inside of savings. No. I take advantage of every pre-tax option. That's what I do. When I have a regular job, this is how you can practice, okay? Before you get on the business side of things. Take advantage of every pre-tax option so you can see what phantom income is, all right? Treat your personal finances like a business. Okay, hey, Ms. Buckner, I appreciate your help. Thank you. I guess I could take it from here. Thank you for all your help. I appreciate it. All right. And so I just treat your personal finances like a business. This is where you start. Don't worry about anything outside yourself for now. I wouldn't worry about anything outside yourself. Get your finances in order. Treat them like a business. I always say this. If your personal finances were your business, would you still be in business? If the answer is no, that's where you start. This is what I do as a business. Okay. This is what I do. I create the foundation. I am the foundation to help you get started. Because once I create that foundation from you and it clicks, you're going to take off. People in the business world, because right now, people in the debt matrix, and right now where you're at, people can fool you. You know, they can trick you with shiny things, and you think they're rich, so you go with them because they look like they have money, blah 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 blah. Once I teach you how to filter through all that, you'll see all the fakers. They're obvious. They don't know they're faking because they're in a debt matrix, so they don't even know what they're doing. That's the best way I can describe it to you. They don't know that they're faking. Okay. Once you understand that, and then you go on the business side, because there's fakers on the business side too. You hear people all the time, hey, look at this apartment complex. I'm doing this. I'm getting this return. This is how much I'm making. Yeah, that sounds good. But you don't know unless you can see their personal credit report. You don't know any of that. You don't know if it's positive. It looks like it's positive, but if they're in debt, it's not positive. Okay. They're just the middleman. They're taking the money that they're earning from whatever investment they're talking about, and they're passing it to the banks. They're passing it to student loans. They're passing it to credit cards. They're just the middleman. They just set up the transaction. Oh, here you go. Here's the car payment interest. Here's the student loan interest. Here's the credit card interest. They're not doing anything. They just look like they are. Okay. Not saying they don't know about how to set it all up. They just don't know how to keep the money. That's all. You just take what you know from them and you go from there, and you do it a different way where you keep the money. Okay. Any other questions? I'm loving these questions, man. I am loving these questions. Loving them. Any other questions? You see the title of this video? 7 million people behind on their car notes. That's a lot of people faking it. Alcoholic care. What red flags and green flags are looking for when you request a potential mate? Collections, student loans that are older than their children, 5, 10, 15-year-old student loans. Those are red flags. Multiple credit cards with multiple balances. They're paying minimum payments on all of them because credit scores are just indicators if people pay back the bank's money on time, or if they don't pay back the bank's money on time. What's the crazy thing part about it is alcoholic care. What I've noticed with some clients, people with the worst credit scores are closer to zero than people with the higher credit scores. All that matters is who's closer to zero. People with bad credit scores, they're not allowed to get loans, so they're not allowed to dig themselves deeper in debt. But what they don't understand is that the only thing that matters is they might owe $20,000 in debt. Now, that might seem a lot to them, but the people with the higher credit scores, they are hundreds of thousands, not everybody, not all of them, but the majority of them are hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. They look like they're doing good on the outside, but owe thousands in student loan, hundreds of thousands in student loan debt. It's just crazy. And student loan debt is the worst to have. They're only second to IRS debt. You will die with student loan debt. You can't bankrupt it. You'll be paying with your Social Security checks. There are seniors still paying on student loan debt. If that doesn't scare people, you should think about that. If you've carried your student loans for years, knowing that you will die with them, that doesn't scare you. You got to ask yourself, how come that doesn't scare me? How come I still finance a car even though I'm that deep in student loan debt? How come it doesn't bother me? Because the majority of people in the debt matrix have made you believe that it's okay to call that damn thing a forever loan. Guess what? If you hear somebody call that, oh man, I got a forever loan, they are a forever slave. That's what they're saying. That's what they're calling themselves. I'm a forever slave and I accept that. Hey, but check this out. It's all part of the system. It was designed to be that way. They're part of the machine now. You're welcome, slave. Welcome. And then they need to populate their slave camps, student loan forgiveness programs, 10 to 25 years of hard labor, slave. Go ahead. And you better follow all the rules, slave, else we're going to kick your butt out. Slave. 2 jobs. So basically, you believe we should max out 401k to get the tax credit, knowing you're not gaining interest. See, okay, I want you to see something, 2 jobs, okay? And I understand why you're saying that, okay? You're missing the phantom income. You got to stop thinking about money individually and always think money collectively. If 85% of Americans cannot take advantage of the tax savings that you can get if you're financially free, that's thousands, guaranteed money, thousands every year. For example, if say like by doing this, you get $2,000 worth of tax savings. 85% of Americans come to they at the end of the year, they nothing to retirement, nothing in the bank. At the end of every year, you got an extra $2,000 in your savings account, money in retirement, earning interest, plus the match at your job. See all that money? That's phantom income. That's real, because you must think collectively. This system would not work if everybody knew what I was telling you. The taxes you don't pay that the majority does is money in your pocket. All you got to do, 2 jobs. This is all you got to do. When the tax time come, have your tax person run. Say, hey, can you run my taxes as if I maxed out my $19,000 in 401k and maxed out my HSA of $7,000? Let me see those numbers compared to me not doing that. Let me see it. See it for yourself, 2 jobs. And then you come back and you tell me. You're going to be like, holy crap, I didn't see that. The majority of people cannot. That's the real money. The 6%, 3% match. That's just the frosting. That's just what everybody sees. Everybody, oh man, let me just do that. That's everybody sees that. But you don't. This is what they don't understand. 2 jobs. Savings minus debt. Add up all your savings. Add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals the money you have to get that match. If their finances are in the negative, that's mathematically impossible to match negative dollars to anything. But they don't see that. Do you get? I'm not making this up. Trust your math. All you got to do, listen, people. All you got to do is trust your math, and you'll see what I'm saying. I'm not some guru. I'm not special. I'm not special. I'm just using my calculator. That's it. I'm not even really that good at math, really. Whatever. I don't need to be. I got a calculator. I know what numbers to punch in. Alcoholic hair. What's an ideal timeline to pay off what's an ideal timeline to pay off 40K? I would have to see your finances, alcoholic hair. That's what I do. Once I see your finances and put everything together, you'll see. I'll show you right there. Everything is in detail down to the penny. I'll say, this is what you must do, alcoholic hair. If you do this, you'll be free. And then you'll see it yourself and you'll be like, oh, and then I'll see everything. I have a few plans. I have 3 plans so far. One is just based off your credit report, period. It counts on when I see your finances, I know which one to apply. There's one that's outside that's your credit report, and outside your credit report, I identify all the things that your money's going all kind of places. Then I cut it off. Ooh, don't do that. You can do this. This is a different option. I point it all out and I give it to you. And then included in that second plan is a phone call the following month, because I promise you, you're going to have a ton of questions between the time I give you your plan to now, because there's nobody else you're going to be able to ask. Everybody's in debt. So you ask somebody in debt these kind of questions, they're going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? What's that? What? Pay off debt? No. Then you come back to me. That's why I have an extra call, because you're going to have questions. All right, Precious Jim, the student loan interest kills people. Oh, yeah. Killing them. It's part of the game. Why do you think that money's so easy to get? You're signing up for slavery if you let it. It's all voluntary. People are volunteering to be slaves. Think about it. They let you borrow as much money as you want to take basket weaving in college if you want to. You do whatever you want to do. Notice how you can take that money and spend it on anything you want. Tires, rims, clothes. They don't care, because you will be a slave until every dime is paid back. People don't even see that. They get that extra check and think, ooh, extra check. Never stop once to think, extra from where? You see what I'm saying? Where's this money coming from? They think it's free money. This system is designed, people. Now check it out. This is unfortunate, but it is what it is. If you come on this side, the 15% of us that are financially free, okay? We need people in the debt matrix to believe that student loan money is free. We need people to be forever students. We need people to get that free money and spend it on everything else but school. Why? Because we need people in the debt matrix in order for us to remain free. That's a hardcore fact. Somebody designed this system. We need people to finance cell phones. We need people to finance cars. We need those people, and believe it. We need people to believe that everybody has a car note. We need people to believe that when they go sign up to get a cell phone, we need to believe they get buy one, get one free. We need people to believe that in order for us to remain free. It's part of the system. If everybody knew what I was sharing with you, the whole system would break. There would be nobody left to finance depreciating objects. See what I'm saying? It's hardcore, but you got to remember, it's all a choice. You choose to believe your math or you don't. What will be a decent interest rate on a personal loan of $50,000? That's a good question. The decent rate on a $50,000 loan, whatever the best interest rate is on the market. So you go to 3 top banks, the biggest banks in your city. Say, what is the best rate on this loan? Whatever the best rate is that year between the 3 banks, that's the best interest rate. Okay. Now, let me tell you something, Mr. Union. Okay. This is how the banks determine if you know. If you walk into the bank asking her for a $50,000 loan, okay, but you have a student loan that's on your credit report that's older than your children, you're not getting the best. You're not going to get the best interest rate. You know why? Because you don't know you're in debt. You're about to go. You're asking the bank. You're telling the bank. The bank knows if they give you this $50,000 loan, you're going to be $150,000 in debt. Do you know that or not? The bank understands if you do or don't, but you're not going to get the best rate loan because you don't know that you're $100,000 in debt, and that by them giving you this $50,000, now you're going to be $150,000 plus interest from the student loan and the interest for what they're going to charge you for the loan. See what I'm saying? But if you walked in with no debt, check it out. If you walked into the bank with no debt, money in the bank, right? And you say, I want a $50,000 loan, they wouldn't dare insult you with anything less than the best because you know. See what I'm saying? You know, good credit, no debt, and money in the bank, they're not going to insult you with anything less than the best interest rate on the market at the time. That's how it works. You're not walking in, crossing your fingers, hoping you get the loan. You're just walking in to say, I want the best rate. How much you want? 50,000. I want the best rate. You're not crossing your fingers hoping you get it. You're going to get it. You're just determined if you're going to get it from them. See what I'm saying? There's no hoping anymore. This is what I teach. Okay, 2 jobs, right? So why these political parties telling people they're going to cancel student loan debt votes and that it's a crime to lie? Okay, no. Okay, 2 jobs. You got to listen. Okay, you got to listen what they're saying. When it comes to money, the definition of words are paramount. They're not saying they're going to do it. They're saying that's what they want to do. They understand that the student loan debt is in $1.6 trillion. That's 45 million people desperate, hoping this politician will be able to do that. That's a lie. They're not going to ever release that many of their slaves. That's never going to happen. Stop. If this is you, stop. They're just doing that to get your vote. I'm not mad at them for doing it. Now let me make sure this is understood. This is business what they're doing, okay? I'm not mad at what they're doing. I don't get emotional and say they're mean for doing that. That's a feeling. I'm not in student loan debt, so I don't even pay attention to when they say that. That doesn't concern me. I don't, oh, we're going to cancel student loan. Okay, whatever, whatever. Okay, what you going to do for the country or whatever? I don't pay attention to that. They're not going to do that. I hope you guys are not voting from them. But 45 million people desperate for that to happen, that's a lot of votes. I get it. They're going to get it, probably get in office. They're going to say, hey, we tried this and that and it didn't work. Of course, it's not going to work because it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. That's not going to happen, at least in our lifetime. For those of you that are listening to me speak like this, it's not, we're going to be long dead if that ever happens. That's never going to happen. They're never going to release that many of their slaves. They need their slave for slave camps. They're not lying. They're not lying to jobs. They're just saying stuff to get votes. That's all. I get it. I get it. They need an edge. Here's one politician not saying anything about it because maybe that politician knows that's never going to happen. So they're not really even saying it, right? But here's the other politician saying, hey, I might do this and kind of do that and blah, blah, blah. And people are going to gravitate towards that because they want to get out from the student loan debt because they believe the student loan debt is the very thing keeping them down. What it's not. It's just them. Financing cars, clothes. Nobody want to look in the mirror. They don't want to look, but it doesn't matter. It's all part of the machine. I get it. Let me tell you guys something. I have respect for this system. Total respect. This system, it works like a well-oiled V8 machine, the brand new Corvette mid-engine drop top. This baby is smooth. You get on this side, you will respect it. Why do you think you can go to prison for tax evasion? Because the tax system is the backbone of this whole equation. You can owe hundreds of thousands to student loan debt your entire life, but you can't owe the same to IRS debt. You will go to prison. Why is that? Don't you ever stop and just wonder why that is? Why is that? Because it's the backbone. Precious Jim, people don't realize that the whole industries are in place based on debt. Yes. You get out of debt, people, you will hear the way everybody talks. You will hear a whole different language. Your whole world, my whole world is different, people. My whole world is different. I'll hear somebody speak about money in a crowd or something. They start talking debt. I just walk away. Oh, this person's fake. But who am I to say, hey, you're lying? That's not true. You're not as successful as you're making yourself to believe. Who am I to say that? Whatever. It's their business. This is how they're making money. Whatever. But if they come to me and try to do business with me, let me see your personal credit report because I hear you speaking debt. They don't know they're speaking debt. They don't know. I promise you, they don't know. Thank you, Mr. Union. I appreciate that. James Stokes. When you go get a loan and they don't have any debt, they look at you like you're crazy. They did my mother like that. They couldn't believe it. Of course, James, because it's rare. It's rare. You know why they're going to look at you like you're crazy? Because they know they're going to make the minimum amount of interest off you if you're getting a loan with no debt. They know that. They know that you know. If you walk into a bank with no debt and money down for a house, they wouldn't dare insult you with an FHA mortgage. That would be an insult. I would get up and leave. I'd be like, how dare you? Are you serious? I didn't come in. This is what I would do. I would tell them, I didn't come into this bank hoping to get a mortgage. I'm coming in this bank to get the best rate mortgage. It's not a doubt in my mind that I'm not going to get it. But again, the bank understands. They wouldn't dare insult me with an FHA mortgage, a subprime mortgage. They wouldn't insult. That's an insult. I kid you guys. I kid you not. The only job that I could possibly work for right now are the central banks. That's the only job that would understand what I do. I guarantee you, they understand that I know the language. They know I understand it. Believe that. 2 jobs. Then it's a lie. They ain't going to. No, they're not going to do it. That's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. Calling it a lie. If they say, hey, I'm going to try, say like this, 2 jobs. Hey, I'm going to try to eliminate student loan debt. If they tried and it doesn't happen, did they lie to you? Or did they try? They didn't lie. If they said, I'm going to eliminate it, guaranteed 100%, and they don't do it, that's a lie. But if they try, whatever, they tried. They didn't lie. Black Knight, the interest and penalties on IRS debt is higher. Ooh, you better not do that. Hey, check it out, Black Knight. You know why they're so severe? First of all, it's the backbone of the whole system. Second of all, it's just math. You know why the penalties are so severe? Because they taught everybody this crap in grade school. Now you're going to pretend like you don't know math when it comes to this IRS tax time? Sorry, you're getting penalized, baby. I don't know is not an excuse for not using grade school math on your finances. Penalized. Now do you get it? Add up those penalties. You can add up now, right? Yeah, all right. Don't do it again, else you're getting spanked. Somebody designed this system, and if you disrespect it, you will get spanked. And if you think like right now, you're getting away, check it out. Let me show you guys this thing, okay? Now I remember every time I had a job and you do your W-4, right? They got that box that you can check to say, hey, don't take out any taxes out of my check. I used to always see that box and I was like, why is that box sitting there? Everybody has to pay taxes, but all I have to do is check that box and not pay taxes. Do you know how many people check that box? Now, listen, I'm not saying, this is just my opinion, okay? Let me get that straight. This is just my opinion. This is just what I see outside the debt matrix. The amount of people that probably check that box, they're going to get taxed. They get away with it 1 year, right? People in debt have a pattern. They don't know they have a pattern, okay? They get away with it 1 year. I'm going to tell you how it works. They get away with it. Oh man, they didn't catch me. 2 years, they didn't catch me. They see you. They're just waiting for you to dig your butt so deep in the hole and then knock on your door. Now, not only are you into the IRS for thousands, you're into with taxes and penalties and fees on top of that. You've adjusted 9 times out of 10, they start to this is my opinion. People that do that, they adjust their financial lifestyle as to not paying taxes because they're not stacking and saving their money. They're going further deeper in debt, probably financing more things, definitely not paying off their debt, definitely not. And then when they come knocking, guess what? You're so deep, you're going to be a slave to them for years. You're a slave. You want to go to prison, slave? Yeah, no? Then shut up and pay it, slave. Two jobs, debt clock hit $23 trillion. You know what, 2 jobs? I don't even pay attention to that. Wow, that's a lot of money. Back to Facebook, back to YouTube. Doesn't concern me. Art Hughes, LJ. What's up, Art? Tony, the trick I do, even though I'm not in debt, I cry broke with other people in debt. This keeps them away from asking for money, looking at you weird. Exactly, Tony, you got to be quiet. You can't tell people that you're not in debt because they immediately think, oh, you don't have any debt, you can let me borrow some of it. Isn't that the craziest, stupidest nonsense in the world? You better be quiet. You better not say a word. But Tony, they're still going to see it. You know why? This is why they're going to see it. You're going to be always carefree. You're never going to be talking about debt and bills and problems and the tax debt and this and that, student loan debt. You're never going to be. They're going to be like, why is Tony always so happy and never begging for overtime all the time? What's up with Tony? Oh, shoot. You got to do it. Hey, Art, congratulations. As soon as you pay that car off, you get to dictate your insurance. You don't have the bank requirements. You can save even more on your premiums. Congratulations. You sure do. Yep. Hey, Tony knows, Art. Congratulations. You better not listen to the people in the debt matrix. Oh, Art, you paid off your car? Cool. You can go get that new 2020 coming out right now because you could just do this and that. You can, what they're saying, Art, you can be in debt just like me. Just stay in debt in the debt matrix. Sorry. No problem, Art. Ain't no big deal. Ain't no big deal. I know what you meant. Hey, Tony. Tony speaks the language. Art, you need to speak this language too. Congratulations. And this is, hey, Art, this is the dead giveaway. If you go to work, right? And I'm not gonna say 100% dead giveaway, but okay, you guys check out. Okay, I drive a 25-year-old truck. Okay, go to my Instagram because people always ask me what I drive for some reason. I don't know why that is. I believe it's more people than Debt Matrix want to see what I drive for. Oh man, he's debt free. He should be having a 2020, this and that. I think that's their mentality, right? Go look at my truck on my Instagram. Instagram, Debt Ain't My Daddy on my Instagram. Okay, go look at my truck. That's 25 years old. Okay, next year. Okay, go check it out. James Stokes, I'm done with child support. Ooh, man, I feel you on that one. Ooh, I feel you on that one. I tell people they get upset. Oh, ain't that crazy, James? Man, I had my years of child support. Ooh, I'm from Washington State, people. They don't mess around. Okay. Man, that boulder off my shoulders. Ooh, I'm so glad. James. I feel you on that one. Congratulations. Congratulations. 2 jobs, paid the last of my 3 credit cards yesterday. All right. This is the place. I'm going to clap for you. Let's give it up. Tony, let's give it up. Let's give it up to 2 jobs. Art, let's give it up to 2 jobs. For real. Get out of that debt matrix. For real, man. All I got, 2 jobs. All I got is 1 credit card. That's all I need. 1. That's it. I use it for everything. Use it for everything. I use it for everything. Like a couple videos ago, somebody charged something on my credit card, $59 for something, right? Now, if that was my debit card, it would have been a big problem. I would have to get a police report. I would have to wait a few days for them to put the money back in my account. Credit card company said, hey, is this you? No, it's not me. Okay, we'll credit the $59 back, cancel that one, send you a new credit card. It's going to take a week. Okay, cool, whatever. It's a done deal. Done. That's it. That's why I love using my credit card everywhere. I don't have to worry about each store's security, because just because you have the chip on the card, right? It doesn't mean that every store has to have that are required to have the right machines for the chip security, whatever, right? They could be slacking. They could take their time. They don't have to follow all the rules, whatever. This way, if I use my credit card, it doesn't matter. They lose. The store loses, not me. You better believe if somebody's information is compromised at a store, my credit card company comes back to credits me. They go back to the store and say, hey, by the way, we're taking that money back because somebody scammed at your store. They'll stop doing that. All right. That's how you make them stop doing that. Any other questions? Hey, man, I'm seeing these donations coming through. I appreciate it. Donation link under every single video that I have. If you can, leave a note and tell me why you're doing it and what I've done for you, man. That means the world to me. It really does. Free 30-minute consultation at debtaintmydaddy@gmail.com. Leave a date, time, your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation. And then when we get on the phone, I'm on East Coast time, by the way. When we get on the phone, we can get straight into it. Okay. I'll change your life. It's a double-edged sword, people. Ain't no coming back after. Once you come on this side, ain't no going back. You're going to be mad at yourself for about a year. It takes about a year to get over the conditioned mindset. But once you're out, ain't no going back. You're going to be wondering, hey, listen to Tony, you're going to be wondering why nobody understands what you're saying. You're going to have to be quiet. And when people start talking about debt and problems and school loan, you're going to have to be quiet. Yeah, that's bad, man. Student loan debt is bad. Ooh, it's killing me. This and that, because people love to talk about being in debt, right? You just go, yeah, wow, yeah. Ooh, yeah, that's bad. How much your cable bill? Oh, yeah, they doubled your price. Yeah. How much your phone bill? Yeah, they went up on your monthly payments on your cell phone bill. Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do. Any other questions? Any other questions? You guys are coming up with some great questions, man. I love it. Look at my sessions, man. Do you guys, let me ask you something. You come and see my videos, right? And they be like 2 hours, 3 hours long. Does that bother? Does that seem too long? Especially when I talk about the main core subject in the beginning, the first 30 minutes, that's all it is. And then allow people to stay after that. I'm like doing both. I'm trying to add both because I want to satisfy everybody that comes in, right? Any other questions? I'm gonna cut it off in about 2 hours. We're about 10 minutes in. Just too early. Well, it counts on Ethiopia. What time zone are you in? Are you East Coast time zone or West Coast or what? Because if you're West Coast, I can definitely see that it's too early. I might. Oh, you're PST. Okay, Seattle. I was from Seattle, so let's see. I started this one at 9. Ooh, that's 6 for you. Yeah, I see that. You know what? What if I started like 10 or 11? That'd be better. So that'd be 10, 9, 8, 7. 11 would be 8. 10 or 11. That might be right in the middle because I don't like people. A lot of people come on. Oh, I know you're not, but I want to make sure everybody can be able to get in, and I want to satisfy East Coast and West Coast time. You know, I want to get people into so they don't miss it because some people like the lives and participating. Thank you, Precious Jim. I appreciate it because you're getting it. You know, people understand. You know, I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to satisfy both. Some people like to come in, get the information, and get the hell out. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's why I do it right in the first 30 minutes so they can get what they need and cut out. Please don't forget to like this video. If you like it, please don't forget to subscribe. I guess I was learning from O'Shea, the last interview. He was kind of telling me that the more people that like the video, it does some kind of analytics and it makes YouTube put it out there or do whatever. It does something with the most likes. So please, please, please like the video. Please don't forget to share it with people that may be ready to hear what I have to say. You can do an experiment. You know, you can send it to people that are ready to hear what I'm saying, or just send it to people that just to see their reaction. Like when you send it to them, you know that the math is right, and then you think to themselves, why are they mad if Linnell's math is right? If LJ's math is right, why are they angry? I want you guys to experience that, okay? Cheers, players. Welcome. Just do 2 videos. One pre-made, one on the topic with time points, then another live. You know what? I've been told that too. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna try that out, and see the reaction between the two, right? Black Knight, thank you for the suggestion, by the way. Cheers, players. Black Knight, would you use cash to pay off a mortgage with a 3.5 right? That you can deduct or keep it invested in earning on? I would pay off my mortgage. Pay off my mortgage, because this is how you got to look at it, Black Knight. Check it out. Are investments guaranteed? Are investments guaranteed? They're not, right? But if you paid off your house, that's a guaranteed 3.75% that you will not be paying anymore. Guaranteed 3.75% that you will no longer be paying. See what I'm saying? When you take out the confusion of, hey, this is over here, and then I deduct that from the investment over here. Take it all out. Interest rate is the hemorrhaging of your bank account. Stop the hemorrhaging. And then when you have real money to invest, because a house, just think about it this way, Black Knight, a house is going to always appreciate, especially if you only have to pay taxes. That's a guaranteed nest egg right there. If anything happens in your life, you have a guaranteed, say, I can just sell this and I got guaranteed money. Guaranteed. They're not making any more land. That's impossible. Only God can do that. That's guaranteed money, guaranteed. And then you will have money anytime you need money. If you really desperately need money, that's guaranteed money. You can go walk into the bank and say, hey, I got the title to my house. I need this amount of money right now. There's not a bank that's going to ever turn you down. Nope, sir. No, sir. That's guaranteed. Mr. Napalm. Yeah, I share this right now and I lose friends and family for See what I'm saying? I know you would lose all your friends and family. You better not. If you want your friends and family to stay in your life, you better not share this with them. If they come to you, Mr. Napalm, go ahead and share it to them. But you do this, but this would should show you, Mr. Napalm, okay, how rare this will be. Okay, if you're financially free. Once you're financially free, there's so much room over here. You'll be able to buy anything you want with cash. When you have cash, Mr. Napalm, you don't have to spend it because you're not paying full price for anything. Your life is carefree. Check it out, Mr. Napalm. I don't even think about money. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Whatever. It comes on. I don't watch the news. They just those are people in debt. That's problems for people in debt. I don't even watch the news. That doesn't concern me. They always talking about student loan debt. Click, turn off. That has nothing to do with me. Whatever. Unless I'll watch it so I can make a video on it. But other than that, where I get my ideas, let me tell you where I get my ideas. I get my ideas from the news when I need to make videos, or when I need to watch. I need an idea for a video. I just turn on the news. Okay, people are scared of this. They're scared of that. Okay, I'll make a video on that. Why they're scared of it. But other than that, just paid off. Mr. Napalm just paid off my car and found you from O'Shea. Great, man. I'm not looking back. Please don't. Thank you. Thank you for coming from O'Shea. Great dude, man. O'Shea Duke Jackson, man. I tell you, man, every time, let me tell you guys something. Every time I'm on his show, I want you guys to pay close attention to something. The views don't be that high, okay? They don't be that high compared to other subjects, but I guarantee you, every time I come off his show, I get 200, at least 200 new subscribers every time I'm on his show. 200. And majority of the people say this, man, I'm so glad I found you. Man, I've been saying this to myself, but there's nobody to talk to. I thought I was going crazy because there was nobody. I was asking about this, but nobody was giving me these answers. Then I came across you, and you understand what I'm saying. Exactly. Exactly. This is how rare this is. If you get out of the debt matrix, you will be free. You see, when I'm on O'Shea's channel, people ask me all these questions, right? They ask me these questions, and I just give the same basic answer. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Hey, Linnell, should I invest in this property so I can flip this and earn that and this and that? I said, savings minus debt equals how much money you have to invest in that property. Is it in the negative? Yeah, it's in the negative. Then no, you shouldn't invest in anything but yourself. Hey, Linnell, how should I get a house and this and that? Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in a house. Are your finances in the negative? Yeah, then you have no money. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a house. Is it in the negative? Yeah, it's in the negative. Then you don't have no money for a house. See how simple that is? I make this simple for you guys. That's my master mathematical formula. I bought the domain SavingsMinusDebt.com. Don't go there because there's nothing there yet. I just wanted the domain first, right? Savings minus debt is undeniable. Hey, Linnell, am I ready to invest in the business? Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to invest in the business. What is that number? It's in the negative. The answer is no. Hey, Linnell, am I ready to buy a car? LJ, am I ready to buy a car? Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to buy a car. Is that in the negative? Yes, in the negative. The answer is no. See what I'm saying? It's so easy. Look how easy that is. All you got to do is believe your own math and you'll be free. That's it. You will kill the game. Thank you, Ethiopified. You found me there too. Oh, man. I love it. Hey, you guys, when you guys go to O'Shea's and you guys look down the video timeline, right? And you see the money titles, what actually catches you to click on that video to watch? And when you click on a video, are you expecting a person to speak the way I'm speaking, or does it kind of shock you? Like, am I making things seem simple? I want to know what actually draw you in. Is it the way I'm saying it or how I'm speaking? Because that'll help me the next time I'm on a show, that I can speak even better about it, right? Ricky Williams, I'm getting schooled. Good schooling. You know what I'm saying? The kind of school that's going to stick with you for the rest of your life. Like when I pass, if I got 3 adult boys, okay, I love them. I love them. I raised them. They're not even listening to me with money. This is why it doesn't matter what. Now, mind you, let me make sure it's clear, okay? When I raised them, I was in a debt matrix, okay? So in their defense, I was in a debt matrix, so I wasn't able to teach them as I was growing up. So they were adults by the time I came out of debt. So let's say that. But when I tell them this, they're not listening. So let me tell you this: when I pass, and if I amount to a mass fortune, I'm not going to leave it to them because they're going to waste it because they don't know anything about money. That would be so stupid. The requirement is you better pay off your debt if you want me to leave you any money. If you don't pay off your debt, I'm not leaving you a dime. Believe that. That'll be a total waste. So you can throw it away. I'm not doing that. I mean, I won't know it. I'll be dead, but still, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not. Mr. Napalm, yes, the plain, realistic approach and self-accountability works. Appreciate that. Thank you. That lets me know, Mr. Napalm, that I'm on the right track because I want people to feel what I'm saying, and I want to take out all this complexity. Because when I get on YouTube and watch all these financial videos, I'm telling you guys, when you're in debt, you can't see this. Okay, you can't hear this. There's certain people out there speaking from a debt perspective, and there's people speaking from a debt-free perspective. Dave Ramsey, Chris Hogan, they speak from a debt-free perspective. These other people, they're speaking from a debt perspective, but you can't tell when you're in a debt matrix. You can't understand that they're doing that. But once you're out, you can clearly see they're not making any financial sense. CENTS. They're not making any financial sense, but you don't know that. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for letting me know you came from O'Shea, man. Give him some props every now and then. Hey, man, just let O'Shea know. Hey, man, I like LJ. Bring him back on your show. I like him. Let him know that because O'Shea be busy, man. I swear he'd be popping up with videos like 5 times a day. That dude be busy. I'd be like, dude, when do you sleep, man? Mr. Napalm, is it how you say? Oh. How you say it, like you can hang yourself if you want to when you all know it's true. Exactly. Because it's like when people can get mad, but then they got to stop and think, why am I mad if his math is right? That's the glitch in the debt matrix, okay? If a person gets mad, even though they know it's like this. Check it out, Mr. Napalm, check this out. If you go up to somebody and say, hey, if you have a mortgage, you're not really a homeowner, right? That person will get mad at you even though they know you're right. You got to say, why are you mad? Is it true that what I'm saying? Yeah, it's true, but I still believe I'm a homeowner. I'm mad at you about it. You got to think to yourself, don't get mad at them. It's because they speak debt and you're speaking debt free. They don't understand the language you're saying, so they're mad about it. See what I'm saying? That's it. It's nothing more than that. Then you just walk away. James Stokes, O'Shea be silly sometimes, but when it's time to talk business, he has the right people like yourself. Exactly. You know what, James? You're right. O'Shea can get serious. When it's time to get serious, he gets serious. He had booted some people out of that room, start talking stupid nonsense in the room. He was like, hey, they're out. Man, O'Shea don't play. He'd be like, get him out. Get him out. I'm not the big cusser, I'm not, but that's O'Shea's room. That's O'Shea's style. That's what he does. And he doesn't play. He be kicking them out. You better not come in there and talk stupid during a business video. That's a no-no. Mr. Napalm, I like O'Shea even more now. Incredible. Man, see it? See, collaborations like that, it works together. You know what I want to do? I want to come on his show because I can answer any personal finance question. I can answer anybody's question justified with mathematics. And the right people will come in that room and just hear me. And then they'll know, right? Some people won't agree, whatever, it doesn't matter. But in the end, I'll say, but is my math right? At the end, I want you guys to, I hope O'Shea allows a person to conflict with me, business, like a good counteraction, not a disrespectful one, but a respectable one, right? But I want you guys to understand this. At the end of those conversations with the person, I'm going to say, but is my math right? And they're going to have to say yes in front of everybody watching, or else they're going to look like an idiot. They have to say yes. And that's what I want you guys to focus on when that happens. That's going to come. Believe that. That's coming. Okay, Spider Monkey, man, this is good stuff. Appreciate it, Spider Monkey. Lance Brown, I'm close to getting to 0. However, I'm constantly fighting myself and setting up trap. Hey, Lance, that's what I want you to understand. It's part of the conditioning. We've all been conditioned. It's part of the machine, Lance, but you're slowly coming out of the machine. You just don't. That's why you're fighting back and forth. You know I'm right, but you want to stay. That's part of the conditioning. We need the majority to stay in the machine. We need workers because it's all the choice. We need slaves. Debt is the colorblind slave master. Okay, it don't see people's color, race, whatever. All it sees is green, baby. Green. Everybody's green. You might be black. Another person might be white. When it looks at you, it sees green. It don't care your hairstyle, if you're gay or straight, it doesn't care. All it sees is a green person. Lance Brown, heard you, O'Shea. Correct. Hey, thank you, Lance. I love it when you guys tell me you heard from O'Shea, man. Let that dude know, man. Let him know. You want a regular show on O'Shea. Okay? Chiz Players to the wall. Chiz Players. Yeah, that was great. Please go on again soon. Hey, it's up to O'Shea. That's his channel. Spider Monkey. I'm a veteran with this credit score across the board and now no debt. Is it wise to use it? No. That's a subprime mortgage. Okay? This is what I want you to do, Spider Monkey. Once you are financially free, the only type of home loan you get is whatever the best one is on the market. You settle for nothing less. Say like you go to one of the biggest banks, Bank of America, whoever the biggest bank is, it doesn't matter, right? You walk into the bank because when you're financially free, Spider Monkey, and they're going to run your credit report, and when you have no debt, they're going to know. This is what I want everybody to understand. They're going to know that you know because you're financially free. You have no debt. You're walking into the bank. They're going to see it and they'll be like, okay, this guy knows. They're not going to insult you with anything less than the best mortgage on the market. So you're going to say, hey, Bank of America, what's the best rate mortgage you have on the market? They're going to say, we have this one, Mr. Spider Monkey. And here's the requirements. Here you go. You're going to take those requirements and you're going to look down the list. And if you don't meet those requirements, you leave the bank and you don't come back until you do meet the requirements. Once you meet the requirements, you come back and say, hey, Mr. Bank of America, I'm ready. They're going to say, check, check, check. Yes, you are, Mr. Spider Monkey. Here you go. Here's the loan. That's it. That's how you do it. The Scout, hey, how you doing, man? How you doing? Hey, you sure did. You caught it right here. We're 2 hours in and we're still on. Mr. Spider Monkey, once you're financially free, you're no longer crossing your fingers. Listen, you're out of the debt matrix. The days of crossing your fingers of getting loans are in the past. Okay? If you had cash, you wouldn't even need a loan, right? You wouldn't even be getting a loan. But, everybody can't afford to pay cash for a house, right? I get it. But if you're going to get it, you're going to get the cheapest loan on the market, which is the best loan on the market, or else you're not getting the loan. Okay? Period. That's it. All around strong. I see you. That's what you do. You don't settle for anything less. Check it out. Mr. Spider-Man, you got to remember, you're not missing out on anything. You're not waiting too long to get a house. Everybody's buying up houses, blockety block. As long as there are people out there that believe they are homeowners with 30-year mortgages, you will always be able to live anywhere in the United States that you wish. Okay? As long as there are people walking around calling themselves homeowners while they have 30-year mortgages, you will be able to live anywhere you wish. All you got to do is wait for job loss, divorce, one spousal income, whatever. There's a million reasons. There's a million of them, whatever. Those are all feelings. Don't even worry about that. Don't involve your feelings, why they lost their house. You cannot lose something you don't own. People say that all the time. Oh man, I lost my house. You never owned it. You didn't own that house. It's the banks. You can't not lose anything you don't own. Okay? Paying off car is a good feeling. Sure is. Sure is all around strong. You've been getting your offer. Hey, you've been getting have your mailbox start stacking up with offers to get you back into a new car loan. That always comes next. All right. That always comes next. Hey, we see that you're paying off your car. You want to get back in more debt? Come on. Taboo, thank you for the wealth of info you share. Do you have an opinion on business trade lines? Business trade line. I'm assuming that's a loan. Is that what business trade? I'm not sure. I usually just talk about personal finances only, but I'm not sure what a business trade line is, so I don't want to speak on that. But I say it like this: if you're ready for a business, whatever, right? Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a business. If that's in a negative, you're not ready for business, nothing. You have no money. All right. First, treat your personal finances like a business. Once you do that, you will naturally carry those same habits over to business. People whose personal finances say, like, you see somebody, let's say like you know somebody that has a successful business right now, okay, that you can see because you don't know personally unless you see their books. So you don't know anything. You just see him by what it looks like, okay? If their personal finances are in shambles, they're going to carry those same habits over to their business finances. How do I know this? Because they know nothing else. They're going to naturally do that. You start with your personal finances. If your personal finances today were a business, would you still be in business? If the answer is no, you just answered your own question. Okay? All around strong. Yes, I get various offers for financing for new vehicles since my vehicles. Exactly. They want to keep you in debt. They want to keep you as part of the machine. They're like, oh, crap. All around strong. That's a kink in the machine. He's either going to get the hell out or we're going to put him back in the machine. You're kinking up the machine right now, all around strong. You got to get out. You got to get all the way out. Cut them off. Now, I'm not saying don't be part of the machine as a consumer, okay? I respect the machine, okay? I'm telling you right now, I respect the machine. You're coming out as a consumer of the machine. Now you're going to get on the business side of the machine, okay? You can't do this by yourself. You need the people that believe that are a part of the machine for the machine to work. Now you're outside of it. Now you're looking like, oh, man, this machine is beautiful. That's how you do that? I didn't see that. I know because you were part of the machine. That's why you didn't see it. Okay? Let's see. Got it. Thank you, Taboo. I'll be sending him a consultation. Thank you. DaddyMyDaddy@gmail.com. Okay? I appreciate it, Taboo. Thank you. Oh, it's almost... I got an appointment coming up. Okay. It's in an hour. All right. Whew. But my alarm usually goes off. I don't do that anyway. Thank you. Thank you for the donations. Thank you. I want to make sure that's clear. Thank you. Because you don't have to. I don't care the amount. You don't have to. That says something. Because I do it myself. I see somebody that makes me feel something. When it clicks, this is what it is. I want you guys to understand it. When it clicks, you just know. Like when I'm on the phone, like for example, when I'm on the phone with a client, right? And I say it and make it click. They don't know they do this, okay? It's a long pause, and then it's a laugh. It's like, I say this, that, this is why that. They go. Just like that, right? Then I know it clicks because that's how easy. And then the next thing, I didn't see that. Exactly. That's why it's so lovely over here. The majority of the Americans cannot see it. This is what's going to make you rich. Please don't forget to like this video. Please don't forget to like. Get those likes up, please. I appreciate it. Like. All right. All around strong. That's what I'm doing. My game plan is thoroughly being executed. That's what I'm talking about. All around strong. I'll be seeing you, man. I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you on my Instagram. I'll be seeing you. You probably one of the few that understand my memes, because I'll be throwing up memes all the time on my Instagram. I know they be clicking with you. The Scout just threw you a well worth donation. Oh, cool, man. $100,000. No, I'm just messing with you. Oh man, no, I'm just messing with you. Well, it was worth financing. Would it be worth me refinancing my Parent Plus loan at a much APR? Okay, the Scout, it counts on. No, just pay it off. Because refinancing costs money. It's going to add to the money you already owe. Just keep going at it. Just go hard. Because you're coming at it strong right now. Now you know you shouldn't be having it. So you're not making the minimum monthly payments. You're coming heavy. All right, you're coming heavy. Boom, 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 boom. And I always say this for people that are deciding to pay off their student loans early. Okay, I want you to understand this, because I made this a huge mistake. Okay. Now, if you really realize, you're starting to realize you're getting tired of these student loans, and you're starting to pay extra on your student loans because you're just, hey, if I pay extra, it's going to pay down the balance faster. Okay. This is what I want you to understand. If you are doing this right now, and you noticing that your due date keeps, every time you pay extra on your student loan, like say like you're paying $100 over your normal monthly amount, and your due date keeps getting pushed further and further and further out. Like if you paid extra this month and now your next payment is not due December, it's due in January. Let me tell you what they're doing. They're applying your extra money to interest. You must call them first and tell them, I don't know how this is even legal, but whatever, it's part of the rules, part of the game. You must call them and tell them anything extra is applied to principal, the main bulk of the loan. You have to call them and tell them. If you don't, they're putting all that money to interest, and this is why they're doing it. You're seeing, because man, I'm telling you, somebody designed this. It's brilliant. It is brilliant. For the people in the debt matrix, they see that happening. They leave it and they don't say anything. You know why? Because they think, hey, man, if something happens and I lose my job, or I can't pay it this month, I don't have to worry about paying my student loan that month. That's exactly the way they want you to think. And as soon as you do that, all that extra money goes towards interest. Don't ever do that. Call them first. And you tell them before you send them an extra dime, put all my extra money towards principal. If you don't, you are the loser. They are killing the game. They're killing it. That's what I figured, LJ. Appreciate the feedback. Of course, man. Of course. Of course. Hey, Mr. Napalm, nobody does. I didn't know it for a year, Mr. Napalm. I was paying extra. This is what happened, because check it out. It's mental, man. I'm telling you guys, it's a mental game. Most people are too scared to even look at their student loan bill, right? They don't even want to see it. They don't want to look at it. That's where they have you. And finally, for a year, I was paying extra, and I finally cracked open the paperwork and looked at it. And guess what? I didn't see it. It wasn't even going down. I was like, what the hell? Called them up. I said, hey, I've been paying extra for over a year. How come this debt is not going down? Oh, sir, you have to call us and tell us that you wanted to go to principal. But now that you called us, we'll make sure it's that way. I said, wait a minute. Who in the hell pays extra for it to go to interest? Sorry, sir, those are the rules. I was so angry. I wanted to cry, you guys. I wanted to cry. I said, what about all that money I paid? Sorry, sir. And at the time, I was in debt still, so I didn't understand why they did that. I'm telling you guys the reason why they're doing that, because they're banking on you to look at that cushion as a cushion, so just in case, you're using it as as, hey, if I get in trouble, I won't have to pay my student loan for a couple of months. That's exactly how they want you to think, so they can put all the extra money towards principal. Brilliant. Somebody, this is not in books. The person that wrote this, you'll never know their name. You'll never know the family. You'll never know it because it doesn't exist. For people in debt can't see this. They can't see it. So there's no reason to even write a book about it. How do you know to look for a book that you don't even know exists? You don't even know that exists. Even if you came across, you're in debt and you came across this book accidentally, you wouldn't even understand a word it's saying in that book. You wouldn't even know what? That doesn't even make sense. What the hell are they talking about? Exactly. John Kennedy, did you say refinancing a home costs additional money? Thanks. Yeah, refinancing a home is not free. There's refinancing charges. Yeah, they don't do that for you for free. Okay, there's a cost. Okay, yeah, nothing's free. I know it seemed like it is when they reach out to you and say, hey, you got equity in your home. You want you refinance to a better interest rate and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying not refinance to get a better interest rate, but I want you to hear what they're saying when they say, hey, refinance your home, pay off that car, pay off the credit card and blah, blah, blah. Now, when you're in debt, that sounds like it's a good idea because refinancing a house, you believe it's your money that you're pulling out, the equity, when all you got to do is start thinking, wait a minute, I don't own the house. So refinancing the house is really not my money. And say, hey, pull out your equity. They say things like right? Would you borrow? When you go pull out money out of your savings, are you borrowing that money at an interest rate? No, because it's your money. So you refinancing the house, you borrowing the equity from the bank. That's why they say borrow equity. And then if the house is owned by the bank, that's the bank's money. And you believe that you're going to take the bank's money and pay off the bank's cars and pay off the bank's credit cards because the bank owns the cars and the credit cards. So you believe you're going to take the bank's money and pay off their own stuff. That's mathematically impossible. But if you believe it, whatever. So people take the bank's money and pay off the car, so they get the title in their hand and they believe they have a paid off car that they did. Whatever, whatever. If you believe it, you just believe it. Whatever. I respect the banks. How they get people to believe that? I don't know. I don't know. That's a no. But they got it on lock. People, listen. If you're in debt, money doesn't exist for you. Money's not real for you. It doesn't exist. I'm going to give you an example, okay? So you can get what I'm saying, okay? If you have $50,000 in student loan debt, I'm going to keep this real simple. I want this to click for you guys, okay? If you have $50,000 in student loan debt and you have $1,000 in your pocket in cash that you can pull out and say, I have $1,000. If you do the math, 1,000 minus 50,000 is negative 49,000. That money in your hand is not real. You just believe you have 1,000 because you believe you can go buy some shoes, a game console, a phone, whatever, but it doesn't exist. Math will clearly show you this. Math will clearly show that money doesn't exist. It's not real. But if you choose to believe it's real, it's real. You know how movies show bank robbers go into the vault and stacks of money? They don't keep that money in there. They don't need it because the people are not seeing that money. They don't see that. That's not real. There's no need to keep stacks of money inside of a vault because the majority of people just see numbers on a computer screen. That's not real. Woo! Should you get in all around strong? Should you get in writing or is verbal enough? Should I get what in writing? All around strong. Ethiopified. Thank you, brother. Have a great week. Hey, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. John Kennedy. No, I'm asking, should I refinance for better interest rate long term? Not to pull my. Okay, no, I understood what you said. I just went. Let me stick to subject, John. Of course. Refinance for long term, okay? If the interest rate is like a ridiculous change, of course, do that. Especially if you're planning on staying in into a long time. Okay. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you all around strong. Yeah. If you're doing long term and it's a huge change, yes, of course, you're gonna just do the math, John. Do the math. Do the math yourself. Don't leave it up to them. Do the math yourself. I know sometimes it looks complex. Do it yourself. Okay. Take the time to understand when you do it right, it's going to be kind of like frustrating at first, but at some moment it's going to click because it's only math. Okay. It's only math. Click it and you say, oh, this works for me. All right. Do it. I say do it. But whatever you're refinancing, John, you make sure that's the best refinancing one on the market. You accept nothing less. Okay. Extra payments all around strong. I say like this all around. Okay. Make sure you mark the date, time, and call, and possibly a reference number, a person's name. You treat that as business. Okay. You make sure you have some kind of record that you made. You made this verbal request. Okay, because for some reason, check it out. Here we are going in 2020. I want you guys to notice this. This is on purpose. Have you noticed when you do things like that, you say, "Hey, can you send me an email confirmation?" They always say, "Yeah, we can't. Our system's not set up to send out emails." It's 2020. You can't send me an email of this conversation. That is bull crap. That is on purpose. That is on purpose to say. You get some kind of confirmation. They have to at least give you a confirmation number, at least. Okay, that is bull crap. They just don't want anything easy access where you can just pull up an email and say, hey, see, you did this. You do something. You keep your own records. Okay, you just don't go, oh, okay, all right, bye. No, you say, give me your name, give me an email. You mark down the date and time. You call. You give me something that you can just pull up and say, I did this on this date and here's the number. Business. When it comes to your money, records. Business. Any other questions? Because I got to prepare for this person here at 12 o'clock. deadaintmydaddy@gmail.com. Schedule your free 30-minute consultation. Email me a date, time, phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation. So when we get on the phone, we can get straight into it. I have all my notes ready and I'll say this, that. We're going to do this, that. This is why you do this, that. I'm going to make it simple. And the one thing I love about teaching you guys, yeah, I'm doing something for you, but you're going to know everything I'm doing, why I'm doing it. You can do the math on your own calculator. It's going to add up. If your calculator matches my calculator, you know it's the right way to go. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please like. Share. Hit the donation link under each and every video I have. I appreciate it. It's all appreciated. Okay. Any other questions? Thank you all around strong. Have a good day. Have a wonderful Saturday. I'm having a sunny Saturday here in South Carolina. Love it here. You guys have all great questions. That's why I like doing these sessions, man. I know it'd be like 2 hours, but I swear to you, it don't be feeling like 2 hours. Here we're going on 2.5 hours. It don't even feel like it. Any other questions? Mr. King, thank you for the content, bro. You are related to a brother named Neil Young. No, I don't think so. And I thought I was related to Dr. Dre too, because his last name is Young, Andre Young. I was like, hey, I called my cousins in California. Hey man, are we related to Dr. Dre? They was like, nah, cuz we ain't related to Dr. Dre. I was like, dang. But no, I don't know. You know what? I don't know where he is. Where Neil? I'll look it up. Is he West Coast, East Coast? I'm not sure who that is, but I'll look that up just to make sure, because you never know. You know. Taboo, about to binge watch your videos. Glad you came. Hey, Taboo, I'm glad. You know what? I love when people tell me that they're gonna binge watch my videos. I have people tell me they listen to me at work. They listen to me in the car. My man, Fresh Prince CEO, he has sent me a video of himself in the car listening to one of my videos. I don't know if they download them, just listen to the audio part. But that kind of stuff is amazing to me, because I think about it this way: total strangers that don't know me, right? I noticed we're coming out, like when you come from the working world, like when I come from the working world, right? You think you get out, you got to come up with a product and just sell, hey, buy this, people, buy this, right? But they don't teach you, and you don't know, you got to have, people must trust you before they buy something for you. They must trust you. I don't care what kind of product you have. If they don't trust you, they're not buying anything. So I've had to learn that I have to have people trust me. This is why I make videos, so you guys can see and hear me. The one thing I do is constant. My personality, what I teach, what I preach, it's constant. There's no waving. I'm not sort of, kind of. No, it is what it is. And then when you guys hear me, you guys see that I'm using the math that we learned in grade school. And you don't even have to know that. Everybody has a calculator app on their phone. All you need to know is the numbers to punch in. That's it. You don't even need to know math. Ain't that crazy? It's crazy. Matt G, I'm 30. The info you're giving out is priceless. Hey, Matt G, appreciate it. Check it out. I'm reaching more 30-year-olds, man. I really am, man, because I'm telling you this. Let me tell you this. I'll be 50 in next month. Damn, I'll be 50 next month. Crazy. Anyway, but I'm not a normal 50, okay? Go to my Instagram, thataintmydaddy@gmail.com. I want you guys to see both sides of me, the money side and how I take care of myself physically, okay? Go see me, all right? And that's not bragging. I just want you to see and feel the freedom, all right? If I knew what I knew today at 30, because right now at 30, this is a phase, Matt G, okay? I'm almost 30. I'm getting old. I should have a house. I should be married. I should have the white picket fence. I should have the dogs running around in the background. That's no. That's debt matrix speak. Don't fall in that trap. Don't fall in that trap. Don't do it. Because I tell you what, once you become financially free, it's going to affect how you pick your long-term mate. Because once you feel how financial freedom feels, you're not going to accept anything less. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how good the sex is. If she's not financially free or thinking about doing it, you're not going to take it serious. You're just not. It's no need to continue. The woman I'm with now, I asked to see her personal credit report. She thought I was joking. I was like, hey, yeah, can I see your personal credit report? She was like, I was like, why are you laughing? Did I say something funny? I didn't say it just like that, but I was like, no, I'm serious. Yeah, I don't even not even have sex yet, because I didn't want her thinking that I just want to come and hit it and quit it and all that stuff. No, I don't want that to be the reason. I want you to understand that I don't let nobody compromise my financial freedom. Nobody. We might as well not even continue this conversation, or we can be friends, because it'll be a waste of time. It'll be absolute waste of time. I'm dead serious. Divorce King, he went to Clemson, and I was in business with him in Atlanta a while back. Nah, probably not. But I do. The majority of the Young family are in Texas. Okay, the majority of my Young side of my family, which is my dad's side, are in Texas. So it could be a possibility. I don't know, but I'll look them up. Maggie, I wish this info was taught in schools and colleges, but that would defeat the exact. Hey, Matt. That's on purpose. Now that I'm outside the debt matrix, that's on purpose. Let me tell you why. It's part of the design of the system. If the majority of the US were not financing boats, cars, Sea-Doos, cell phones, shoes, watches, blenders, whatever, the whole system wouldn't work. If everybody was wealthy, it wouldn't work. Nobody would be financing anything, right? Nobody would be financing anything. We need people that live in a debt matrix, and you cannot. The only way to make sure your feelings are not involved in this process, it's all a choice. It's just mathematics. Either you choose to believe math or you don't. That's it. That's it. It's all a choice. Thank you for subscribing, Matt. Appreciate it. Precious Jim, thank you for blessing. I'm in my 30s. Wished I had this info in my 20s. Precious Jim, let me tell you why I'm laughing at that. Because right now you believe 30 is old. That's why you're saying that, okay? 30 is not old. 30 is when life begins. I promise you, I've been 30. Okay. I said the same thing when I was 29, about to turn 30. I was like, oh man, I'm getting old. I'm hitting 30. No, that's the beginning. I promise you, this is the right time to know. Okay. You're at the perfect age. I promise you, this is the age. This is it. Don't think you're old. Okay. It's not. I'm going on 50. I'm not the, when I was 30 and when you get people in the debt matrix trying to put in your head what 50 looks like or what 50 is going to look like, I don't look like that 50. My body is not like that 50. My finances are not like that 50. Go check out my Instagram Daddy My Daddy. Go look at me. That's not bragging. I want to show you what your 50 will look like, especially if you start at 30. I didn't wake up till 40. Okay. If I woke up at 30, my whole life would have been different. It would have been totally different. I'm helping you start right now. You can change right now. Okay. Mr. G. Yes, I have a friend caught up in partying and social media. And when I try to drop this type of info on them, considered the lame, but I'm just trying to leave wealth. Matt G, check it out. This is what I'm saying. I know you're 30, so you're going to have to look this up on YouTube, all right? Go look for the Charlie Brown teacher voice, okay? Go type in Charlie Brown's teacher, okay? And I want you to hear what Charlie Brown teachers sound like. That's what you sound like to your friend when you share this information to them. That's what it sounds like because you speak debt free. Okay, go look it up. I'm not even going to give it up. I want you to YouTube it. All right? Then when you say, I don't understand a word to teach, only Charlie Brown understands. I don't understand. Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. Mr. Napalm, about to turn 40, still getting carded at events. Cool. Good. That's a good thing. I used to get mad about it, but I love it now. I take care of my body as well. So I know exactly, Mr. Napalm. Now match up finances with it. Match your finances up with it. You're going to cut up even more. Because you're just going to, I don't know how to describe it, okay? It's very difficult to describe financial freedom. It really is. But once you do, man, you just have all the time to do what, hey, I want to work on my legs even better. You're going to have that time to do it. Arms, my legs are my weak point. I got to get on my legs anyway. But my main thing is my stomach. I love my 6-pack, and I make it an 8-pack in the summer, okay? That's what I do. I love when people say, how old are you? I'm 50. And you got a stomach like that? Yeah. Don't believe the hype. Taboo, just follow. Appreciate it. Taboo, tell them, look at my truck and look at me. Do I look 50? Though my car is 25 years old, does it look like it's 25 years old? No, because I'm financially free. I make that baby look new as I want it to look. Needs a new engine? I put in a new engine. Needs a paint job? Take it to the shop. Paint it. Call me when it's done. Period. Mr. Napalm, that's the goal. Match it all up. Hey, Mr. Napalm, your body, check it out. You know this. Your body shows the world how you feel inside. Your body shows the world how you treat it. You can't even lie about it. Now you match your finances up with it. Oh man, go look at my 25-year-old truck. This is the look I see from people all the time. Besides them asking to buy it all the damn time, this is what they say. They look at my old truck and say, "Damn, it's old, but it doesn't look old. I know it's 25 years old, but it's not." You know, they have this confused look on their face, right? Because I'm free. Life is not expensive at all. I keep telling you guys this. Life is not expensive. If you see on the news, they say, "Oh man, 35,000. If you're making $35,000 a year, you're in poverty." Who are you asking? That's not true. That's not true. If you made $35,000 and you're financially free, you're not in poverty. You're living better than the majority of the doctors and lawyers and accountants and systems engineers. You're living way better than them because they're so buried in student loan debt. Whether they know this or not is 100% irrelevant. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It's how much money you keep. Mr. Napalm, I'm not a you guys. I'm not a guru. I'm not a financial guru. I don't know about investing. I don't know about taxes. I know how to pick the right person. I know how to pick the right professional in those areas. I just know how to pick them. I don't need to know about taxes. I just pick the right tax professional. I don't need to know about accounting. I pick the right accountant to do that. Hey, let me see your personal credit report. Cool. Your credit report look like mine? Yeah, you can do my taxes. You can do my accounting. Great, cool, do it. I know you know. We both know on the same page. It starts with your personal finances. My business is in order? Yeah. Your personal business is in order? Yeah. You can do my business outside of that. Cool. See you later. All right, it's 11:30. I got to prepare for my clients. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Lovely as always. Don't forget, tomorrow I'm going to come online about 1 o'clock. Last Sunday, I came online for a live for all question and answers. It wasn't no particular subject, strictly personal finance question and answers, anything, right? But strictly for that. No particular topic. Last weekend went really good, and I enjoyed it. It went really well, so I'm gonna do it again and see how it goes. Thank you, my good sir. Can't wait for the next one. Appreciate it. All logic that we ignored. Incredible, Mr. Napalm. It's conditioning. It is. Remember back in grade school, we were taught about money. We played the money and math games, nickel, dime, quarter, add a quarter. Hey, add the quarter to the dollar, it's $1.25. Take it away, it's back to $1. We were all taught that, just the basics. And then they say, okay, person, you know the basics. Now go use it. Some people chose to use it. Some people chose not to use it. It's all a choice. It's all a choice. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Matt G, thank you. Thank you for the donations during this conversation. I appreciate it. Melody, I came in late, so I will tune in tomorrow because I have some questions. You know what? If you have one question, I'll answer your question, Melody. I still got 30 minutes, okay? If you have a question, I can answer your question real quick. I hate leaving people hanging. I don't like that. Please subscribe. Please get those likes up. Please share. Even share to people who may not even like me. I want you to see their response. This is for you, okay? When you share my videos to somebody that you know won't listen, I want you to pay attention to their reaction, okay? I want you to see if it's negative, it's because they speak debt. That's why they're angry. Did you tell them the dangers of the new cars that are making now? Snuggles, I don't understand that question. The dangers of the new cars. Melody, I received an offer from a credit card to transfer my student loan debt. Do you think it's a good idea? Okay, let me tell you something about that, Melody. All right. Now, what I'm about to tell you is legal. All right. Okay. This is the only reason why I would do that. Okay. Right now, if something happened to you financially, like something catastrophic happened to you, to where you lost your job, the economy crashed, right? And you lost your job, right? If you lost your job and lost everything, the only thing that will remain as debt is your student loans, because you can't bankrupt. If you had to file bankruptcy Chapter 7, the only thing that will remain is your student loans. Okay. They would remain, okay, because you can't bankrupt student loans. If you transfer your student loans out from the student loan cover and put them onto your credit card, they're out from under that protection. So if something happens, God forbid something happens and you lost everything. Guess what? And you filed Chapter 7, everything's gone. Everything. Shh. That's legal. Okay. I'm not saying do it. I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying if you transferred out from under the umbrella of student loans, refinance your house, pay off your student loans, transfer your student loans to a credit card, they don't have bankruptcy protection. Student loans gone. Take it as you wish. Take it as you wish. Snuggles, when I say the dangers, I mean how they are so electronically driven that even sometimes break if you have to go to mechanic. It has no Snuggles, I don't really talk about that. That really that doesn't I don't if they like that, just make sure you read about it and just don't buy that model car. You know what I'm saying? That really has nothing to do with debt. I don't really speak on how cars are manufactured and the dangers of them and stuff like that. You just gotta just do your research on cars. You know, just say, hey, if that has that problem, just don't buy that car. You know, they'll fix it. If they get enough people stop buying that particular car, they'll be like, oh, we got to fix this. We're losing money. You know what I'm saying? Melody Santos, you're welcome. You're welcome. Divorce King, nice strategy. It's all legal. When you come here, I don't tell you guys to do illegal things, okay? Because I respect the system. I respect the tax system. I only tell you legal ways because once you get out of the debt matrix, there's no reason. There's absolutely no reason to cheat the system. No reason. Don't cheat on your taxes. If you come across a person, check it out. You don't even have to know about taxes, right? You go to a tax person and they do something that doesn't make you feel right inside. You be like, ooh, that doesn't sound right. You better stop using that person. Because that's your intuition telling you that they're not doing. You might can't say what they're doing that sounds illegal, but if they have you claiming stuff that doesn't exist or it sounds wishy-washy, you better stop using them. Because if they mess up, the IRS doesn't come after them; they come after you for using a person like that. Okay? You pay the money for a professional. You pay the money. You win in the long run. You can walk away knowing that the IRS is not going to come knocking on your door because the professional did your taxes the correct way. Don't be going out there, whoever can give me the most money. You better not. You better not. You better not. Health, weight, and real talk. I just did a consolidation on my student loan, a consolidation on my student loan. I plan to pay it off in 2020. Will I receive a tax interest write-off for that? I did a consolidation. Well, if you consolidated your loan, I don't know. I don't want to answer that question. I don't know the answer to that, because I know you get tax write-offs when it's in the regular state when Sally Mae owns it and all that stuff. But I don't know if you consolidate it, do you still get the tax write-off? I'm not sure on that. I'm not gonna. If I'm assuming you do, if you consolidate it, but if you file bankruptcy and you couldn't eliminate those loans, I'm assuming you can because it's still under the umbrella of student loans. Okay. So, oh, thank you, Melanie, for telling me that. I appreciate that. Family and O'Shea. I love it when you guys tell me that because I definitely want to give O'Shea Duke Jackson his credit for that. Okay. Much appreciated. All right, you guys, I got to get off. I got a client coming up at 12 and I respect everybody's time, and I take the time to schedule with me, and I don't want to waste anybody's time. So thank you guys all for participating. I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Okay, 1 o'clock will just be a question and answer series. You guys write down all the questions you want, anything to do with personal finances. I will have an answer for you. Don't forget to like this video. Much appreciated. Get those likes up. Click on my donation link under every single video I have. Schedule your free 30-minute consultation at dadamydaddy@gmail.com. Send a date, time, your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation. And so we can get straight into it once we get onto that phone call. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I love all the questions. I appreciate you all. All right. You guys have a good one. All right. Bye-bye.